Live on video. Hey, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're live all the way
You want me
around,
to
by the
fix
way.
it, so-
Yes, that's what I was going to ask you.
It's the arm.
It's the arm.
It's the amazing stump of Steph. The amazing stump of Steph.
T-Rex arms.
Steph, your
That's good.
arms are the
Here,
same size.
turn it to her just a hair. The stumpness is strong in this one. Or would that be the stumpness is short in this one? Speaking of stumps, we hung out with Little Richard.
When
And,
they stopped the
that
laser
was
show
funny.
in the middle of the national anthem.
Yeah, Jesus
That
Christ. That was
just-
horrible. There was like 2 verses left on the national anthem.
Uh-huh.
We've been all real men and real bikers pay attention to the sky. We heard thunder. We looked behind
It
us.
was behind us.
We open our radars. But anybody, and I think it's mostly motorcycle guys, because when we ride, we always have to pay attention to the rain. We have to pay attention to it. So I know that the face of the mountain aims towards the tennis venue and the bridge on 78, where 78 is Stone Mountain at East Park Place and Ross and all this. So I know this. So that tells me that if I'm facing the mountain and lightning's behind me, then that means the thunderstorm is the backside of Stone Mountain aiming towards Lilburn.
Mm-hmm.
So by what that means to me is, if I'm facing the mountain, behind me is the thunderstorms, and it's moving from my right to my left, that means it's not going to touch me.
Mhm.
It's behind us. It's
Right,
like it's
right.
nowhere even near us.
And we had a few drops from it, but it didn't
Well,
start
from-
thunder
from-
and lightning.
Yeah, but
from,
the storm wasn't
right.
around us. Well, all of a sudden, in the middle of the national anthem, they stop it. They just 2 verses left. They just stop it and kick the lights on. They're warning everybody, well, due to weather, we're going to stop the show. But if you stay,
We'll finish the fire.
we will do the fireworks.
But
But everybody was singing.
what I
Nobody
do
stopped
think
singing.
Was cool was that when the music stopped, everybody just kept singing.
Everybody
the
kept singing.
national anthem.
But what pissed me off was, okay, let me get this right. You couldn't have waited 2 more verses to say that.
Right,
You couldn't
right.
have been in that big of an emergency because you said, hang out a few extra minutes because we're going to shoot off fireworks.
Well, but David said what David said what he thought was maybe it's computer generated, and if a warning or something came in, that it just knocked it
Oh,
off.
and it's I guess
It
it's
may
possible.
be I mean,
I guess it's possible.
as much as they've changed the laser show, I
Hey,
wouldn't
Steph,
be
would you do me a
surprised.
favor and go shut that curtain over there?
Yeah.
It starts heating up down here. Something fierce.
Something first.
Something fierce.
You sound like Steph.
See what happens when redneck comes in the building.
She rubs off.
It's like the smallpox. Not that one. The one to the glass door. The glass
Going over
door.
The glass door.
I don't know why you're looking at the
She can't-
sheetrock wall because
can't-
that's not a glass door,
Well,
Steph.
Steph, because of that, you have to sit in the chair. I'll do it.
Do you see the light shining on the wall, which indicates light coming through a curtain? You can tell redneck's back. I'm like, Steph, could you go close the curtain on the glass door? And she looks at my steps. I'm like, Steph, that's a sheetrock wall and steps. The glass door would be that thing you can see through, or the thing you walk through to come into this house.
Why don't we put her in the chair for doing that?
Yes.
No, Steph, I'll protect you, baby.
It
No.
just goes to show that there's some things that just don't change. And that's what people have been missing. They've been missing these little stupid things that just happen. Steph, shut the door. Huh? Okay, Steph, I know when you're born that they don't have doors, right?
No.
Oh, my God.
No, that's funny.
We have automatic doors.
To the barn?
Yeah. They close automatically.
Don't fall for this. She's setting you up to ask other stupid questions, Doc.
Oh, okay. I'm like, Well, you know, because in my head I'm going, well, if the doors close automatically when the animals go out, then the animals might get closed in the doors because they're not going to know that the doors are opening and closing. So how would the doors know that the animals are coming in and out?
She's
Hey,
completely
Doc,
thought this
Doc.
through.
Can we back up to the point that she doesn't live in a barn?
Okay.
What? Because she's white and she's redneck, she automatically lives in a
Well,
barn?
no,
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
no, I'm not saying that. I mean, because there are a lot of barns out here. I mean, I saw a lot of them.
You been to some barn raising lately? Been hanging out with the Amish?
Did you make your own clothes?
I did churn
Don't
my
tempt
own
her.
butter.
Oh my
what?
I
God.
did churn my own butter. We used to
I thought she
churn
said
our
turned her
butter.
own bladder, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I churned my own butter.
yeah, we've seen what you did
It's
with your
pretty
butter.
hot.
Hey, we had a
Hey,
great
let's talk about
weekend.
Friday night.
I know, that's what I was just getting to.
Amazing with the Aaron Hill band.
Oh my God, Erin is phenomenal.
Her
I mean,
energy
she,
is
yeah,
phenomenal.
she just the way she engages the audience.
She's not gay.
I said engage.
I'm just making sure you don't try to turn her.
Oh, I've already got my toaster oven for this month. Yeah, I've already got my toaster oven. If I can recruit Crystal, I'm going to get my toaster
Yeah,
oven.
you ain't recruiting my wife. You want something toasted? We'll just set your house on fire. You try taking my wife, you're gonna find that out.
You know, I think you'd have to get in line for that at this point. You know,
Yeah, there's enough people trying
We
to
already have
murder
a
me.
call.
Let me catch this. Just Fun Radio.
Squirrel. What's happening, guys?
What's going
Hey,
on?
Gal?
Good morning.
So we talk
Gal.
about the girl you're stalking, and you just happen to call us. Is that a coinky dink?
That's a coincidence. Who you talking about?
How many women do you stalk, Jeff?
I might need a few more fingers and toes.
You can,
I'm scared with that conversation. We're just not gonna touch it. So what's going on, my brother?
Not much. Just chilling. Monday morning. Trying to get it going. Trying to recoup after this weekend. It was a great time Friday night.
it was awesome.
I'm glad that all y'all got to show up. I'm glad y'all had a good time.
It was awesome. And I like how you kept bringing up that I lasted the longest in the chair.
yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You kept
Her
bringing-
hands were not even touching all the way. Go watch the video.
but I still lasted longer.
But your hands weren't on the shocking part.
Oh, it shocked. All right.
And that's what you wanted me to get in?
No,
Yeah, not at
I
all.
want you to get in that chair.
That's what I'm talking about.
I was hoping you were gonna fall for it.
Don't
'Cause
worry.
You zapped me enough with that taser.
Look, that is nothing like that taser. I can promise you.
Don't do it, Steph. Just
Is the taser
She
worse?
hasn't done it, so she can't even vouch on
yeah,
it.
I'm not. Yeah, because friends don't let friends do that. I was trying to protect Denise, but you know, Denise wanted to take one for the team.
Which one's
So-
worse, the taser or this one?
The taser's 10 times worse. Oh God, yeah.
Denise wants to take
I
it to
don't
me.
want to find
What
out.
did I just hear?
I didn't.
Look, the chair gets you wide awake. The taser will put you to sleep. I'm telling you, when I shocked myself, like Steph got lucky because we quickly went like this. The problem is when I did the taser to myself, I bumped it with my hand, and then when the electricity went in, my hand closed around it, and
Oh,
I
no.
couldn't let go. I couldn't move my arms
How did
either
you finally?
because I fell in the damn floor.
He fell out of the chair.
So it got knocked out of your hand.
Oh yeah, I got Mike Tyson's, man. I like leaned up and was going, I'm okay, and I had my fingers on the table and I got my head about that far above the table. I was like, I'm okay. Oh no, I'm not. And I laid right back down in the floor.
yeah, he did. It was funny.
They almost
this on
had to close the
video?
show early
No.
that day. He was out of it.
Oh, dude, I
after
was
that.
out. It messed me up for the whole day. In other words, I zapped myself like you would if somebody was mugging you.
Yeah.
You know, like
Oh,
what I did to
God.
Steph was a quick, but if you were getting attacked by somebody, you would not let off. You already know you
Right.
would. That's what I did to myself.
Wow.
People
Yeah,
are
you
like, I just love it. Corey, Drew, you morons. They're like, do it again.
Yeah, they want it on.
No. They're like, but we didn't get to see it. I know you didn't, but I'm not doing it again.
Well, Corey did because Corey was here.
Oh, Corey was here.
Yeah.
Drew's the one that keeps asking for me to do it again. I think Drew's just after my wife.
Duh.
There's like a long
No
line.
comment.
Sir?
I said no comment on that one.
Yeah. I
About
know.
Drew being after your wife.
Yeah. Like there's not enough evidence. I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
But that's
It was,
right. Drew wasn't here. I forgot Corey was. I just knew one of them had said, or if not both of them, or do it again. No.
And JD was on the phone because
Oh, JD was on the phone.
we
Yeah.
were we had a caller and we were talking about gross stuff that you ate, and he was talking about how he accidentally drank some dip spit,
Oh.
and it was grossing me out, so I took my headphones on and he's like, put them back on, I'm gonna zap you, and he got himself.
And here's what happened. I'm not gonna have that flashlight when I do it. But what it is there's a push button on the bottom. So somehow as I went to turn, I was already getting my finger ready to do this. Somehow as I turned, something stopped the chair and I bumped my elbow. My hand, now watch this, my hand hits this. And then as soon as the button got pushed, all my muscles contracted. And I sat here going, look, I did this until my body went straight and I slid right out of the chair.
we thought he was playing it.
I mean, it was definitely a 3 or 4 seconds. I couldn't let go. It was till I hit the floor and then my hands.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Damn, why
yeah.
couldn't we see that?
I tell you, that was the hardest I ever laughed, and I didn't actually get to hear the whole thing. I heard you afterwards, though.
Was he slurring his words?
I'm sorry?
Was he slurring his words?
Oh yeah. When I got back on the mic, I was like telling everybody that messed me up. I'm telling you, I got Mike Tyson. I mean, it knocked the shoe boo boo out of me.
The shoop.
Yeah. Low Richard says the pre-words, "Hey, y'all, watch this," was not used in the shocking of Scott's incident.
Here, hold my bird.
Yeah. I've considered doing a reenactment, but I can't. I would only be able to accidentally do this again. There's no way I would plan on doing it. There's just no way.
Yeah, it just wouldn't be as funny as the first time.
Oh, y'all would still laugh. Don't lie. But I just can't. I can't make myself do it. I can't make myself do it. I'm sorry.
I'll do it.
I'm sure.
Hey, it's only fair. You did me how many times? Shocked me, that is.
I was waiting for you to explain that.
Oh Lord.
God, that sounded bad.
It did.
I was really fixing to go, Steph, give me more credit than that. I mean, my wife hadn't cut me off like that.
Oh, no, she did have that big black guy trying to ask her out Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Betty stood up.
Because some idiot sent her over there.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
Who would that be, Jeff?
Do you know who sent him over there?
I have no idea.
Crickets.
Crickets.
He blames you.
But I liked Benny's thing because she was like, "That's my second wife, and that's my fourth white girl." Talking about me.
That's funny.
Benny was claiming all the
She was
women.
claiming all of us.
Then he walks up, put his arm around me, said, "I'm so sorry, but that damn Jeff sent me over here."
And that is, hey, you know what? The first thing he did when he got back to the other side of the bar, he goes, "Where's my pitcher of beer?" It cost me a pitcher of beer to send him over there.
Well, I hope it was worth it, because that poor guy looked a little nervous when he was walking away. And I was kind of not paying attention because I was still working. I was posting all the videos and pictures and stuff of Aaron Hill. So to me, even though I was supposed to be there, not working
Enjoying
and relaxing,
yourself.
I was still doing my job. And he walks up to talk, and I didn't even know what he was talking about at first. Oh well.
I love
was
that
hilarious.
place. Though.
Man.
That's neat.
It is it's truly is a Cheers. I mean, almost everybody in there 3 or 4 nights a week. Everybody knows each other. I've been going up there about 6 years now, and I've only seen one altercation. And
you were
And you were in it. Yeah,
actually,
exactly.
It was one of my oldest daughters.
Yeah, you were it.
got in there running his mouth to this other guy, and I knew this other guy, and if he just kept up, he was Scott back in Scott State. Wanting to put up with it too much longer, and when he threw down, that would have been it for this poor little kid. So I got him outside, told him he needed to leave, and he just kept running his mouth and went to take a swing at me. So I took him down to the ground and just pinned him until he calmed down and let him up. It's like, dude, you just need to go. So you don't know this guy sitting over here. He's from Louisiana, and he's crazy. And out of the 6 years I've been there, that's the only time I've ever seen anything like that. It's just been
So he
a nice,
wasn't-
laid back, relaxed atmosphere. I mean, everybody up there's friends, cut up, have a good time. That's why I had Stan go over just to have fun with Scott and Crystal.
Oh yeah, but thank God I'm not really 100% the guy I used to be. Because my problem is when my adrenaline kicks in, I feel no pain and I don't think. And I kind of did that a little bit Saturday night. Once my adrenaline got kicking, there ain't no stopping me. It's kind of like I tell my wife, turn the emotions off. When my adrenaline kicks in, my emotions go just like turning off the water to a water faucet.
Mm-hmm.
They get turned off and it's straight action at that point. I mean, me and Jeff's been in the house and not me and him, but me and another guy got into it one time, and it'd be like looking at the difference of height between me and Stephanie. He was to me, and he thought when he grabbed me that
Scott looked small, that's for sure.
He thought when he grabbed me that there was nothing that was going to happen, and I popped him on the side of his eye, split that eye open. I wasn't even. I'm telling you that once the adrenaline goes, it's its own. That's one good thing about being this hyper ADD person I am. You know, and that's why my doctor was telling me I need to learn to control how my adrenaline works. Because my doctor looked at me and says, "Dude, you are the only person I've ever known that has figured out how to use a disability as an ability." He's like, "You use your adrenaline like cocaine." He said, "That's great when you were 22." He said, "But you can't do this now at your age." Because he was asking me about, what do I do on the weekends? I go, well, now I'm not doing so many events, but like you've got to figure last year I worked 7 days a week from the last week of July until the third week of December. And I'm like, I wake up on a Saturday morning after, doing whatever Friday night, kick in that adrenaline. I get the bus loaded at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Me, Steph, and Travis would leave. I'd get home sometimes 11 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, how? I'm like, adrenaline, dude. I turn it on and I don't turn it off. He's like, yeah, but he basically said to me, I'm using my adrenaline like somebody would by doing a line of crank.
Wow.
He's like, you can't do that anymore. He's like, you're at an age your body can't handle it. It is what it is.
That's my problem. That's my problem here is, shoot, I'm pushing 50 and I've been doing this since I started in furniture in 1986. So,
and Jeff's been in
now,
that particular building since he was 24 or 25.
Wow.
Yeah, he'll be 24. December will make 24 years that I've been here.
Yep.
And the first probably 13, 14 years that I've been here was spent in the receiving area unloading containers.
Yep.
And
Jeff used to be a buff dude, believe it or not. I'm not kidding. I'm not even joking, because we would look at Jeff and go, dude, like we're always working out at the house, and Jeff was ripped. Jeff was just ripped. And we kept going, but some of the stuff he was picking up, even though he was ripped, we're like, Jeff, you can't pick stuff up like that, dude. You're going to blow your friggin' back out.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd do it.
Like the washing machine I picked up at my old apartment.
Oh, yeah. Sofas.
And,
We'd watch him pick up a sofa and just walk. And we're like, dude, you need 2 people to do that.
We had one of my ex-girlfriends was in an apartment. And when I moved in with Scott, left all my furniture there with her and said, here, you can have it. Because she had a young kid, and just that wasn't my style of being a jerk, taking everything with me. So I left the apartment furnished. And then one of the little, us that used to hang out with Scott and I, a little punk, started getting over there and messing around with her and running his mouth. I said, okay, well, you want to be that way then? And she started running her mouth to me. So we went over to pick up all my furniture, and he said something. I can't remember what it was. It's really irritated me. So I bent down and grabbed the washing machine, put it on my shoulder, and walked across the parking lot, set it down in the truck.
It was crazy.
Marshall's like, hey, we leave.
You think I have somebody carries a 40-pound bag of dog food? That's what he did with a washing.
Wow.
pissed off. He was just pissed. Threw it over his shoulder and just goes walking on through the park. And I'm not saying I was even parked up next to the sidewalk. Like I was parked somewhere else. He just come walk across the parking lot with a damn GE washing machine.
Speaking of being pissed, how's your rib from throwing eggs at geese?
Oh my God.
From what?
It's not my rib as much as the muscles, but my rib actually hurts now because I pushed on it so much because of where the muscle.
He was throwing frozen
attached.
eggs at geese and pulled a muscle.
Why were you throwing frozen eggs? At
No geese were hurt in this. The only person hurt was me. The only heartbeat of an individual would be me hurt.
But again, why?
But let me tell you what the hell a goose will look like at a 75-foot tossed frozen egg. He didn't like it.
Okay,
I'm surprised he didn't attack you.
but
Yeah.
again, why were
Looked
we
like
throwing,
mortar shells going off in Korea.
Why were we throwing frozen eggs at the
Okay,
geese,
because they
Scotty?
come up in my yard and they poop.
And
And I didn't want them pooping in my yard.
but you know you live on a lake, and
And I didn't have a gun that I could have shot.
Is that animal cruelty?
Okay, but the lake,
No, because it's biodegradable.
the lake is that's their home, Scotty. The lake
And
is
I just
their
made them
home.
stay in their home. I made them go home.
You know what? That's why your rib hurts.
I needed them to pick up their toys and go home.
Mhm, that's why your rib hurts. Mhm.
Well, what's funny is I walked outside and I was like, get out of here. And I'm banging my dog's bowl, the metal bowl, and that usually scares them off. And they looked at me like, we ain't going. There's more of us than you because there's about 30 of them. So I come in, I said, honey, we got anything I can throw at these geese? Any fruit? She goes, no, I threw it away yesterday. I was like, damn. I looked at my refrigerator and it said 33 degrees. I went, we got any old eggs? She goes, yeah. I said, okay. I went out on the back porch with those semi-froze eggs. Let me tell you, when you chunk a good cold egg and hit a goose right in the back of his shoulder blade area, his wing blade, whatever the hell you want to call his back.
Wing blade.
His back.
Listen, them bastards leave eggs places. I was just returning them.
I'm so disappointed in you. I am
You
so
bet.
disappointed.
No, he
in
got
you.
his payback though. You should
Oh.
have seen him
Oh,
walking
yeah.
around.
Oh, let me tell
He's
you.
walking around Stone Mountain like this.
Yep. The first egg I threw, I was like, man, my side hurts a little bit. My second egg, and I was pissed. That's that thing about adrenaline. When my adrenaline's going, I don't even feel pain. So, like, the second time, I'm like, man, that don't feel so good. By the third one, I'm like, you dirty bastard. And I'm throwing another egg. By the time I got to the fifth, I'm like, God, man, my rib's killing me. And I stopped for a second, and I went to turn. I was like, oh, no, I pulled that muscle.
And then right after it happened, they were going somewhere, and Crystal was periscoping.
I
And
saw
she
that
had
one.
them over there laughing. He's like, "Oh, don't make me laugh."
Oh, yeah, because when I was, it's better today, but right under my ribs on my left side is where I pulled the muscle that it goes down your rib cage,
Mhm.
into your hip bone. And if I would take a deep breath, it would hurt. So in other words, if I was walking and not breathing, I didn't have to push it.
That doesn't happen real well.
And if I don't
No.
talk while I walk, but if you're trying to take a deep breath and talk as you're walking, I had to physically push my left rib like it was my lower rib like it was broke
Wow.
just from throwing damn eggs.
Yeah.
But I hit I hit 2 or 3 of them, man. I took them bitches out. They's gone. They left my neighborhood.
Really?
It was the
Scotty.
Yep.
They're like, "Let's blow this pop stand. We'll come back while he's sleeping."
That's
Yeah,
right.
they're gonna come back.
Well, I'm gonna go get some pellets, the rubber pellets for the airsoft gun. Wait, did Benny take the airsoft gun?
I don't know.
I don't know. I gave it to her, but I don't know if she took it.
I don't know.
I'll just
I
go buy
need to
another one.
Get to work.
What?
I need to get to work. Just want to call up and tell y'all.
All right, man.
seriously, thank y'all for showing up Friday night. Man, it was a blast. I
It
had
was a
great time.
blast.
Some good memories.
Cool.
Good
Yes.
photos.
Yes, sir. Well, thanks for inviting
And
us.
you see what I mean? And you see what I mean about Erin and her energy level is just like how many Red Bulls does she drink before the show?
Yeah.
That's right.
She don't ever slow down.
I know.
Mm-mm.
She had it going on.
That's
Them
pretty
shoes were hot too.
So yeah.
Definitely. I actually got a picture of both of them for
That's
you.
right.
I'll have to shoot it to you.
Oh man, she had on these neat shoes with plexiglass heels.
Yeah.
It was neat. They
I
were
would have broken
neat
my ankle
looking.
like 6 times over if I wore
Yeah,
them.
they were neat. Neat.
She was
neat.
jumping in them.
And they were like velvet red with these whole solid see-through plexiglass heels. It was the neatest thing ever.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in.
Bye.
Y'all have a great
Bye.
day.
Okay.
Bye, girls.
All right, bye.
Bye.
So Little Richard says potato chips laced with cayenne pepper works very well on those geese.
Just don't give them X-Lax.
Doc, why? What does it do?
It's X-Lax. What do you think it does?
Well, I don't know.
What
I
does
mean,
X-Lax do to you?
well, no, but I
Oh
know,
my God.
but I know Benadryl puts people to sleep and it don't put dogs to sleep.
You know,
It can.
Really? I thought we already.
No, it
I-
can.
No, I will have this argument off air.
Okay.
I can't have this
Yeah.
argument on air.
I would
If
like.
Philip Snow's listening, he's probably already laughing.
I'm going to put this
And so's
disclaimer
Tara.
in that no animals were hurt in the episodes that the hosts are now speaking of.
That's right. Well, we need to shoot off to a commercial, so everybody hang tight. We'll be back. What was you? You got
I
something
was
to
going
say?
to do our live reads. Shout out to our newest sponsor, Gravity.
What? What?
I love Gravity.
I love Gravity.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that Benny and I are going to actually go up there either today or tomorrow because she
They're not
wants to.
open today.
They're not open today.
Well,
Business
we found this
down
out.
here confused me.
We found that out last week. Well, remember they're open 6 days a week. They have to take a day off.
They're
too.
Time I don't like Gravity is when I fall.
Oh.
That's the only time gravity's not your friend.
Yes. But otherwise, the store Gravity is thebomb.com.
Yes, they are. So we'll go sample tomorrow because tomorrow's homeschool day. So we'll go sample
Bring Niles in there for a lesson.
for the root beer.
Really?
Yep. They have the red hair root beer. on
I
tap.
know that. I was just waiting for her to clarify that.
Yeah. See, I cleaned it up real quick. Real quick. All right. Commercial.
All right, listen, I'm gonna play this song right here with Justin Huff. Let me tell you, it's not the greatest quality because he just did it really fast when he was here. But really listen to the words of these songs. I love this song. And it's talking about, he graduated high school and he was lost. He's like, where am I supposed to be? Like, I don't fit in with this crowd of what was my friends, and I don't fit in with this other crowd, but it's really a good song. It's just not a great quality, but we're going to get him back in here and redo the song. But the song itself is amazing. So everybody hang tight. We'll be right back.
But it's basically arsenic that they give them.
Yeah, it is. Stephanie, did you get to see the I drive Scotty crazy in the mornings now
Same thing.
because I do show notes that has like all of these different topics that we can talk about so that we don't have dead air. Did you
Dead air.
did you get to see them?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'll send them to you. I love making Scotty crazy. That's my whole purpose in life. Hmm. Why is it not going through? It won't go through a step.
I can tell you my email address.
Okay, what's your email address?
It's steppydog1 STEPPY
STEPPY
DAWG
number 1 at
gmail.com.
all right, there you go, baby.
Somebody's vibrating like hell.
It's not me. Uh-huh.
I feel it every once in a while. She doesn't have her phone in here.
Oh, really?
Oh wow.
And we're back. What's up?
Yay! Whoop,
I can tell it is Monday.
Hey.
Like I am so feeling it.
But can we talk about what happened before the show?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just watched the video.
Wait, this show or the laser show? Because I
This-
got some video. I got some video of before the laser show that was friggin' amazing. So do we want to go in order?
if you would like.
Okay. So we get to the laser as we're getting loaded here.
Loaded is in the bus.
The cooler. Getting well, there was a few drinks, I'm
Yeah.
sure. But as we're getting loaded here, you know, Philip's talking about how he loaded the cooler, blah, 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 blah. Philip Snow loaded the cooler correctly. We get over to the next stop where we're loading more people up. Zach is a dumb ace. He walks to the cooler, opens the top of the cooler, busts open a 12-pack of Corona and just leaves them sitting on top. So then we get to Stone Mountain where Philip runs all the time. I know where to park. Philip's trying to tell, oh, you need parking. I'm like, so we end up parking in another area, and then we have to deal with
Security.
security. And I was willing to say, let's park here and walk right through the picnic area because I always know it's easy there.
That's where we always park.
So we end up parking in RV parking. Thanks to Philip. Philip got us this cool parking, and it's in RV and bus parking. Moral of the story, though, is as we 20 some of us get off the bus, and we're talking adults and kids, we go around the side of the building. They're checking coolers.
Wow.
So all the women friggin' disappear.
I wasn't on the bus. I came
Friggin'
separately.
Vagina toters just ran. If this would have been war, they left everybody. So now you have Michael Faulkner, Joe Leeper, me, Philip, and Zach. Joe's like, all right, well, I'm going down. So now it's like the four of us are standing there sneaking back, retreating, hopefully not being recognized, you know, as the guys that just snuck off because we knew we were coming back. So we go to the bathroom and I videoed it. I said, I said on video, I said, I feel like I am in high school again. I looked at Zach and I said, you're a dumbass. Why did you put all the beer on the top? Well, I didn't know. So we're taking all these, we're taking all these canned Coronas and they're sliding them into the chairs, you know, because the chairs are in their little cases.
Yeah.
And then we have to get the cooler back out of the bathroom. Then we look really weird
Coming out of the bathroom.
Because when we went in the bathroom, nobody saw us go in with a cooler. But when we walked out, like a family's walking by, all these people walking by, and we're coming out of the bathroom with a cooler. So we get down there, and the guy searches, and I could have just strangled Zach. So he searches the cooler. Well, as he got ready to search the cooler, there was 4 blankets. Inside the blankets was 2 bags, 2 Walmart bags. We brought our own glow sticks, which you're not supposed to do. And yeah, because they sell them. You're not supposed to bring
They sell them for like $6.
So, and then Michael had just been to the laser show a couple weeks before. We had already bought bubbles for the kids to play with, but Michael brought the guns that you buy there so that the kids could just stick it in the bubbles that we already had.
Mhm.
So these, if you think of the meat in a taco, all this stuff is in these bags in between the blankets. I pick up all the blankets and I set them on the table. The guy searches the cooler. I take all the blankets, I put them back on the cooler. The cooler has an arm, so when you lean it over, it's like a set of hand trucks, and we start walking off. Zach, I will never ride in a car with Zach. Zach is a moron. He ran. When he first starts to walk off with the cooler, he just snatches the damn cooler, and one of the bags fall out. And the guy looks at me and says, "What's that?" And I'm like, ugh. So I pick up the bag, and I said, and I opened it up. I said, "Look in here with your flashlight real quick." I said, "These are the bubbles for the kids."
Mhm.
And at that point, that's all that was in that bag. So I shove it back in there. Damn, if he didn't lean it back again and make it about 5 feet, and he runs the friggin' wheel off the curb, and the second bag falls, and it hits and goes, and I'll quickly look over at the guards, and they're quickly looking at me, shining the flashlight, and I'm like, "Damn it, Zach." I said, "You suck." He goes, I said, "You can't drive." He says, "Well, like I've ever driven a cooler before." Like it's a car or something. It's a friggin' cooler with 2 plastic wheels, for God's sakes. But in his defense, you damn 99-pound boy, the cooler probably weighed as much as he did.
That's why we park on the other side, because we walked by actually 2 police officers that just looked
That's-
at us, and we just kept going.
But that's why I tried to say where we want. Look, I have partied at that mountain every Sunday
Right.
for 3 or 4 years during my teen years. I know every place to park to get away with everything inside Stone Mountain.
Mhm.
And leave it to the cop who follows all the rules to say, "Well, no, you need to park here." No, dude, I already knew where we needed
Oh,
to
and
park.
you know what? When we were walking out, we were looking at the buses that were parked over there.
Yeah.
That we were telling you there's a perfect spot. It would have been funny because it would have been the Just for Fun bus, and then all the other buses were just people.
See?
See, it was meant to be you were over there.
And I know, I was just, blah, 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 blah. It's just, what happened, it was just too much chaos going on. And Chris doesn't listen to nobody.
Because mind you, he wasn't driving because of his rib.
Well, what sucks is like when we get ready to go to Michael's house, Ashley's parents live similar, like 1 or 2 streets over from Michael. So I'm like, I know where the subdivision is. I just don't know the house.
Mhm.
He's like, "Well, Ashley's telling me where to go then." I said, "Like Ashley knows where we're going." I wanted to pimp slap him. I'm like, "Listen, I'll tell you exactly where we need to go. I'm pulling up the address on GPS. I said, I know exactly where we're going. I just don't know exactly what house." Well, I'm listening to Ashley then. And I'm like, I wanted to, if I would have had a steak knife or my stun gun, I would have zapped him and said, "Listen, idiot, if you're driving my bus, I'm going to tell you where to drive."
You don't want to zap him while he's driving your
It's
bus.
just, it just aggravates me. I'm like, if you don't know where you're going, listen to the person that's telling you where you're supposed to be going.
So that was the fun Saturday night.
Oh, and let me finish the Zach thing too. So we're getting out of the we're getting out of the bus on the sidewalk. Security guard that let us park in this area has done walked up 4 times. "You need to pull your bus up," even though we're in the actual parking spot we're supposed to be in. But for some reason he's like, "Move up so nobody bumps you." And I'm like, it's another bus that would be coming behind us. We're in bus and RV parking only. But, it's not like a drunk dude's going to be pulling up behind us. It's not that cousin dude that it was, the Griswolds vacation or something. So I get out of the bus and I'm like, okay, who brought the beers and the cans? And nobody's answering. And finally, Zach's kind of in his own world. And And somebody said, Zach. So I walk up to Zach with 3 koozies. I said, listen, take these damn koozies because you can't just be sitting there with a beer
With
in
a
your
beer,
hand.
right?
He says, I don't even know if I could say it. Michael's saying, poor Zach. I don't even know if I can say it and it sound as gay as it needs to. But I said, Zach,
PC.
I said, take these koozies. What am I supposed to do with these? I said, put them in your pocket. Well, they won't fit in my pockets. I said, that's not my problem. That's your problem. Buy some man pants so that your koozies will fit in your pockets. That's not funny. The hell it's not. If you had some damn Levi's with some pockets, you could stick something in them.
Poor Zach. Zach, next time, see, this is why I always tell you to hang out with the lesbians, Zach. You should have hung out with me. I was a little deterred from hanging out with everybody because we got caught up in the Klan rally down here on Saturday. But Zach, next time you want to go to Stone Mountain, hang out with the lesbians.
Well, I'm just the kind of person that we got 22 people. We have a mission. We need to get in the bus and shut up and let's get moving. Once the bus gets moving, y'all start being funny all over again. But I can't gather 22 people to get on the bus, and you got 6 people that's already sitting on the bus that's been waiting 10 minutes for the bus to pull off, and everybody is scratching their own butts. And quit picking somebody else's nose, get in the bus. And then it's like, when we get off the bus, it's like, oh my God, I might as well have been pulling teeth. I'm like, can we just get to the laser show?
It's called a field trip, Scotty. I'm going to need you to use your field trip rounding up voice.
I'm going to start carrying me a cattle prod.
You never supervised field trips with your daughter in school, huh?
Sir, get back in the get in the back of the line. Joe Leeper was awesome. He was on the bus before we left Michael's house. He was on the bus and actually pulled the bus around when we were getting ready to go. It was funny. And the video, I got to show y'all the video of them loading the beers in the chair. It was amazing. It's amazing.
I do have to say, where we were parked, where you wanted to park over by the picnic area, they were having like a Dodge Challenger convention thingamajigger.
A convention?
Yes. There's so many badass Challengers over there. I was in heaven. One of them was purple and the lights were green, so it looked like the Joker kind of. And then there was another one, I guess, that was part of the alarm system. Anytime anybody got close to it, it sounded like a bobcat.
Oh, that's funny.
And so people were just standing there talking, so it kept going.
That's great.
That's cute.
Look, let me tell you what I used to do, man. I had a Bronco too, 4-wheel drive, and my dad did tree work. So what we would do was have all these ropes and pulleys going from around the backyard where we're cutting a tree down, going around the house to the Bronco and 4-wheel drive. So he would, and I had a CB in the 4-wheel drive that had an external speaker. And then my dad had the handheld CB, and it was like a walkie-talkie. And then what he'd do is, okay, all right, now pull it, tighten it up, and that way everybody could hear it. So what I would do is we'd go to Stone Mountain Laser Show. I'd turn the CB on, turn the external speaker on, go sit on the rock in the middle of the parking lot, and have the handheld CB. And every time somebody walked by, I'd be like, quit looking at my truck. And people are looking around going, what the hell? Hey, girl, you look good in them shorts. And it was funny because there was nobody anywhere around. I mean, people just walking by cars and they keep hearing people talking. I guess you had to be there. It was kind of funny.
I like watching those videos where people put the train horns on their car.
Yeah.
Just go by people.
That's
and
right.
set it off, and they're all like jumping out of their skin.
Yeah, I got to
stuff.
set upstairs. I went to Harbor Freight and found, I don't know, it's like for $50 the air compressor that I need. And then there's like a $40 tank so that I can merge it all together and put the
That
air
was
horns
so
on.
funny. We can do it just for fun.
We can do
Now, to finish up the night, so Denise has been texting the whole time saying, I got a spot for you. And I'm like, wanting to text back if I can just get people off the bus, get them in a straight line, get them to walk.
Well, no, first you called because I was there, and then you called, and I was like, where are you? We're walking up, and he was like, we'll be coming around the mountain when we go. Like started singing the whole time.
Who sang with me? Somebody else sang with me.
I don't.
And we
all I
were
heard was-
singing, we'll be coming around the mountain when we come. But then we got there, right? So we're sitting there, and she had already said she was near some pizza thing. So I'm now facing the mountain. And I said, I call her, and I'm like, or it was a text message.
At first it was text, and then you called.
And then I finally got her on the phone. I said, Denise, okay, I'm on this left side. Are you on the left side facing the mountain? Yes. I said, do you see the guy waving the Confederate flag? Yeah, I'm right behind him. and I was behind her, so she turns around and wave. And then what's so funny is this, trying to word it right, but this is the only way I can say it. And if I piss y'all off, I don't care. This white trash bastard comes walking up the hill. There is beautiful families everywhere. Korean families, black families, white families, nerdy white
The
families.
ones with all of the garbs on.
No, this dude comes walking by. He probably looked like he had smoked 14 bags of meth that day. Bony, chest all sunk in, kind of a hunched back. He was probably only about 22 years old. Couldn't grow a beard if it had to save his life, but he was attempting to. Hadn't probably taken a bath in 3 or 4 weeks. Shirt was off. Some dirty gray boxers that was pulled up to his belly button, and his pants were hanging down to his ace. Walking around with no shirt on. I'm like, dude, put on a shirt. Just
you were
come on.
You were talking about the rebel flag people.
Ugh.
We had actually gone to the bathroom, and they walked into the bathroom with the rebel flag. I'm like, why can't you just be like, hold this so I don't take it in the back? Why do you have to?
We got caught up in their rally.
That's the kind of people, though, that are trying to represent the flag that's making the rest of us white people look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you the people that walked in the bathroom were nothing to brag about.
I'm like, what are y'all doing?
They were
Put
worse than
some
redneck
damn
stuff.
clothes on.
They actually lined up here in Conyers. They lined up here in Conyers over there at the Dollar General.
That's the Dollar General.
General. Okay.
Go ahead. It's a joke.
Oh, over at the Salem Gate. So, I mean, literally, it's like 100 of them, and they got the trucks, and I mean, they're hanging off the back of the trucks with no shirts on, and I mean, it was like all of us. Because we were driving, and literally everybody just stopped, and I'm like, oh my god! And Benny goes, "What do we do?" And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, well, do we call Scotty? I'm like,
I'd have got right up in the line and be like hanging out the window. Woohoo! Yeah, let's go.
That's probably because they were carpooling up to the laser show.
well, I'm like, honey, we're on 138. I was like, by the time Scotty gets up here, whatever's going to happen to us will have happened.
My thing is this. I support the whole history of the flag. People want to get mad. And the problem is the flag is not the problem.
It's the people.
It's the people representing the flag. And the guy that was walking across the laser show in front of me and my family, you are not representing that flag. You are representing some nasty trailer park in Lower Covington, Newton County. I don't know what you're representing, but it wasn't that damn flag. And here's the
Your
thing.
local meth dealer.
Here's the thing that gets me is those are the ones that are going running that mouth, but yet you got your pants sagging off your butt, just like that thug crack rock dealer in the ghetto. And it just blows my mind. It's 2015, man. Get smarter.
Mhm.
Just get smarter than that. And that blows my ever-loving mind. You are representing me as a white person. What the hell is wrong with you? I can make me look bad without your help. I mean, I already get judged on enough every day without your crack rock meth crap. Come on. And this ain't for every flag toter because it has nothing to do with the toting of the flag. It's just a representation. You're representing, man. Show some class.
You know,
Not some ass.
What cracks me up though is every time we get in a situation now, Benny goes, should we call Scotty? I'm like,
Well,
honey,
yeah, because I said yesterday, I said, you need to check with your local white boy before you leave the house.
yeah, because we got lost in Covington yesterday, y'all.
I'm like, where are you? Where are you trying to go? Call me on the phone.
Tractor Supply. When we're not even trying to go to Tractor Supply.
Well, they were trying to go to Tractor Supply in Covington, but
Right.
their GPS was taking them to Loganville, Monroe area.
Really?
And I'm like, where are you at? She said, I said, Okay, go to the Super Walmart, get off the expressway, hang a right, go down. You'll pass it on the left. At a red light, you got to bust a UE because of the medium, or you can just take the left and go in the backside of Tractor Supply. And they're like, oh, I was like, it's that easy.
Well, yeah, because GPS, once you get to a certain point, Google Maps stops working. And I'm like, oh crap. I don't know where we
Can
are.
you imagine if there's a guy somewhere sitting in the computer, like 10 or 15 geeks all jacked up on monsters who are typing this stuff in Google going, we got us another one. Watch this.
We're going to send her to Loganville.
We're going to send these two lesbians to Loganville. But actually, they're going to Monroe, but we're going to send them through Loganville first. Watch this.
Yeah, it was, and then we go down to the social house because Benny was just craving a po' boy yesterday, and they're closed for a private party. I know.
Well, they are Sundays. Sometimes they're not open on Sundays or Mondays.
Well, now they are. They have new hours as
Okay.
of the 25th, August the 25th. And so she's like, I can't believe they're closed. I'm like, okay, honey, pick something else to eat. Well, I want a po' boy. I'm like, honey, just pick something else to eat.
And let me just say something real quick about Po' Boys. Has anybody been in Covington and they got like this Louisiana style restaurant off the square?
Right.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. It's expensive.
Oh.
Oh,
It's supposed to be real classy,
Mm-hmm.
real expensive. I paid, way too much money for their Po' Boy, thinking because the girl, I ordered a hamburger at first, and Billy's like, "Why don't you order the Po' Boy?" And I said, because if you screw it up, I'd rather order a hamburger that you can't really screw up.
right.
The girl's like, "Oh no, it's excellent. It is just excellent." So I paid for it, and I'm like, I'm going back to the social house. Like that's how. The problem is once you get to a restaurant and you like what they serve, you really like it. You don't want to have it somewhere else. I had spaghetti at a place last night and wish I wouldn't have ordered spaghetti because I'm used to somebody else's spaghetti. So I typically stay pretty true to what I want. I go to Chick-fil-A, I want a friggin' number one because I came to Chick-fil-A because I want a Chick-fil-A. I go to Tava's, I get the pizza that I want because that's why I go to Tava's.
I'm sounding really stupid. What's in a po' boy?
It's like what, shrimp and this
Shrimp and coleslaw
Coleslaw.
and a special blend like the secret recipe,
Yeah.
a sauce.
Hmm.
Now ask Steph what's in the shrimp and grits.
What's in shrimp and grits stuff?
Steph, why are you looking the other way?
Steph, what's in
Steph,
shrimp and
tell her
grits?
what's in the shrimp and grits.
Poopery.
Steph gets shrimp and grits and goes, "Hey, Mike, what's in shrimp and grits?" Mike's answer, shrimp and grits.
And I said, "What's this red stuff?"
Poopery.
Yeah, poopery.
Poopery.
Would that be paprika?
It
Yeah.
would have
It
been,
would have been.
Oh, okay.
but not how Stephanie says it.
How does poopery taste?
It was good.
It was just the oddest thing. What's in shrimp and grits?
Shrimp.
Shrimp.
Bread.
And grits.
And cheese. There was cheese in there too.
It's just so awesome to hear.
Okay, so in other words,
You can just take her anywhere.
I
She
was
does this.
I was gonna say I should not take Steph to the academic convention.
No, please
for-
do.
Oh.
Please do.
Should keep y'all entertained.
I highly recommend it.
Oh, okay. So we talked about the weekend. Let's talk about what happened.
Yeah, let's talk about this morning.
Oh,
Go ahead.
So okay, why do I have to go ahead?
It's your day.
It's your day.
Well, today is our 2-year anniversary.
Benny and Doc.
Benny and the Jets.
Benny and the-
Benny and the Doc.
So
Yeah, Benny was on the dock.
I am probably the worst. We've all
Wow.
decided that if we ever commit a crime, that I will not be the one to give us the alibi.
Hell no. If we all get stopped in the bus, the first thing I'm gonna look at Doc and go, "Keep your mouth shut." And she'll be, but no, just don't even open. You are a deaf mute. Just keep the mouth shut. She could not lie if her life depended on it. And if we ever did something bad, she'd roll on it.
I
She'd
just
roll.
can't lie.
Oh, she would attempt to, but they would know.
They see
would
right
know.
through it.
She would stutter like somebody trying to spit bubble gum. She was.
So Scotty and I had devised this awesome plan.
No, I
Okay. Well,
devised this awesome
Scotty
plan.
devises.
Because again, you can't lie.
So Scotty devises this plan, right? And what we were going to do, because Benny lost her ring fishing in the lake, I wasn't going to get her a new ring. I was just like, okay, well, sorry you lost your ring. So Scotty's like, Doc, you got to get her a ring.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. So we go to the jewelry
When
store.
it comes to stage and stuff and planning stuff, I'm good at it.
Yeah,
I'm
he's really good at it. So Scotty has the fishing pole out this morning and everything. So, and I come
Okay.
in-
The plan, you can't tell it backwards. The plan was, since she dropped the ring, it slid off her finger. She stuck her hand in the lake to do something with a fish, and due to the water, the ring slid off and fell to the bottom of the lake. So she's being hard headed about not getting her a ring, and we convinced her that she needs to get a ring, and she's like, "Well, how?" Blah, blah. And I said, "Here's a plan. Since she lost the ring in the water." And she comes here to fish on Fridays with her son. I said, how about we leave a fishing rod out there, and tied to the end of the fishing rod to the line will be the ring. I said, so when you and her walk out there, she's automatically she fishes. She's automatically going to see the rod and go, Scotty left the rod out here. First thing she's going to do, pick it up. She's going to wind it in, and then there would be the ring, and then there would be Doc. Now that was
Awesome idea.
that was the plan.
Awesome idea. So what exactly
Kind of
happened?
like Zach needed to put koozies in his pants, you know. Kind of like if you're going to the laser show, you had all the beer on the bottom of the cooler. I mean, just saying.
Okay, so instead of that happening, what happened?
Well, okay. So I'm sharing what I'm going to do with my best friend, Selena, and her partner. So Selena's a photographer, and she's like, oh my God, I want to come down and take pictures, because she's wanted to come take pictures of the lake anyway. So Selena gets here before we do. I'm trying to get Benny out of the house this morning, and she's already suspect because, this whole weekend was our anniversary weekend, and she's feeling some kind of way because she thinks that I've just totally forgotten and I won't give her the ring. And, so she's got an attitude with me all weekend
Let me
long.
just say, there's times I look at their relationship and I say, Benny's a lot like me and Doc's a lot like my wife. And then there's other times I'm like, Doc's more like me and Benny's a lot. But this particular time, Doc, well, not today, prior to today, Doc ain't been like me or my wife, because Doc's been giving her hell about this ring. And it's like making no big deal out of it. A lot like Travis would be to you when y'all pick on each other. And she's doing this and I'm like, Doc, you just need to zip it and get her another ring. Because Doc's like, I don't see what the big deal is. And Benny's like, honey, it's the commitment behind the ring. That ring meant a lot to me. And she's like, it's just a damn ring. And I'm like, holy cow. I saw a redneck white man come out of that woman's mouth.
Because I'm like, okay, my thing was, I've already dropped hundreds of dollars on the first ring. You lost it. You don't get another one.
No. My wife, I gave her an engagement ring that cost me a lot of money. She goes to snatch off the rubber gloves at work, and the ring must have come off in the glove. She threw it in the garbage. Had no idea. It was like an hour later. And then she goes crying and nuts looking for this ring for hours before she ever tells me she lost the ring. And then tells me, I got to tell you something. I lost my ring. And I'm like, oh my God. She tells me what happens. And I'm like, well, I got to get you another one. She goes, I don't deserve one. I'm like, oh, come on. She goes, I threw it away. And I'm like, it's just money. Yeah, but it was a lot. I don't deserve a ring. And she's crying. And she's like, just go get me a piece of crap Walmart ring. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I let her think that I was just going to get her a piece of crap ring. And then I bought her a better ring than the first one. So when I hear you don't deserve one. That's what I hear coming out of your mouth. You don't deserve. No, but that's what you're saying.
That wasn't what I was saying, Scotty.
In code, that's what you said. Say what you said to her. Say what you said to her, and these two women right here will translate.
Oh my God. The women listening are going to hate me.
Message. You say out loud what you said to Benny.
Okay, so I said to her, I said, it's just a ring. It doesn't make us any less married. And, it doesn't matter that you don't have it. I still have mine.
But Benny in return says, honey, but this ring means something to me.
And
I want my ring back. And this one's like, yeah, I got mine.
well, and didn't you say something along the lines of it's what you're like, it's just a ring, and then she was like, I want you to be more upset about it,
Yeah.
more passionate.
And you
about-
blew off her feelings. Here, the white dick that everybody thinks is such an a-hole, and your friends call me white man privilege, and I apparently get this and you don't. Your lesbian card will be pulled.
No.
Those 3 gold stars are now 2 bronze stars and one doo-doo sticker.
One doo-doo
Well, you know, I mean,
3 poop demerits for you.
and she was even upset because, you know, the first ring, Benny is a radiology tech. And, you know, she did radiology in the military. And so she was doing it in civilian world. So I researched the material that the radiology films were made from. And I can't even pronounce it. It's like tungsten or
Tungsten, yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I got her a ring made out of tungsten. Okay, tungsten rings are not cheap.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, I'm not buying another tungsten ring. So
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Are you farting?
No. What did that ring cost?
the tungsten or the one that I had
The tungsten ring.
the tungsten ring I paid over $400 for.
Okay. 400. Measly $400.
That was not a measly for
Really? What's your relationship valued as? I love putting her on the spot. Look at her face. Look at her
You're
face.
supposed to say priceless right now.
it's my relationship with
Insert priceless.
my relationship with Benny is priceless. It is.
You're welcome, Benny. Hey, Benny, you want to get married?
Okay, now that we put you in the hot seat, what did you do to fix this?
Yes.
So I took her to the jewelry store last weekend and I let her pick out the ring. And, you know, as we're walking through the jewelry store, I just gotten paid.
How could you be slick enough to do this? Because I heard your lie this morning that wasn't slick. So how did you pull that off?
Well, I told her, I was like, you know, I said, baby, I'm really sorry. I messed up. I was like, I should have said, let's go get you another ring. And I said, you know, I want you to have a ring because it is a symbol of our commitment to each other. And I want you to have that. So, you know, pick out whatever ring you want. And I'm thinking, dear Lord, please don't let her go over there. So, you know, the guy starts out and he's showing her all the bands and she's looking at him. And literally we spent like an hour and a half in this, I was getting ready to say liquor store. This jewelry
Well,
Kinda.
yeah. And I'm just like, and she's trying on every single ring. And I'm like, oh my Jesus. And, you know, and I know how she is when I get on my phone and we're out places. And I'm so bored. And she's trying on the rings and she comes over and she's like, look at this one.
Do
How
you
does it
hear the
look on my
words?
finger?"
You need to choose your words better. Because if she's listening now, you just said, oh, I was bored.
Well,
Doc.
so
Doc,
as I was
man.
saying, do you want to get married, Benny?
well, you
We
know,
need to school you in some etiquette. You're supposed to be the one that tells me how wrong I am, and I'm even hearing this going, ding. Don't say that.
Every time she
Ding.
says something, hit
Don't
the bell.
say that.
so
We need to teach you some stuff, Doc.
I'm like, oh my gosh. So then
Don't counsel anybody on love.
no, I don't. When people call me for
Yeah,
love
we know.
when they call me for love advice, I'm like, really, y'all need to talk to Benny because I will have you divorced. And,
Yeah, I can see why. Okay, so go on now. This is too funny. Well, I thought we were going to laugh at the redneck today.
so, you know, she comes over with this ring and she's like, this is the one I want. And I'm looking at the guy at the jewelry counter and he's like, that one is, I think it was like $800 and something.
Whoa.
And I'm just like, so my heart drops because, you know, this is my last semester teaching and I had already I had plans for what I was going to do with my teaching money. I was going to go get my nails done. I was going to go get a massage. None of it involved buying a ring for my wife.
Ding! Ding!
I mean, that's not a bad thing. Come on.
Do you
stop.
know what this sounds like? It sounds like okay, let me paint this picture if a man was having this problem. So my wife wanted a little vacay, without the kids, romantic wine, blah, blah, blah. I really wanted to go to the gun store. I had these plans on this hunting crap I was going to buy. I mean, that's what it sounds like. What you're saying sounds like some stupid dude going, I was going to buy some mud grips, but she forced me to buy her a wedding ring.
That's kind of how it felt. I mean, I was.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Am I recording this? Oh, yeah, it's on video. Good Lord.
As I
Doc.
was saying, I love you, Benny. Do you want to get married?
Doc's gonna be in the doghouse tonight.
The doghouse.
The doghouse.
Come on.
Okay, so
That's what it felt like. God, Doc.
But this was all before, so she made up for it this morning.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you fixed it.
I fixed it. So, we get the ring and I'm like, okay. So I told her, she's like, can I have my ring today? So we're walking out the jewelry store and I said,
Okay, so she knew you got it.
she knew I got it.
See,
And-
you didn't even hide that very well.
Well, and I told her, I said, baby, he said that something's wrong with the stones and he wants to polish them up. And so I got to go pick it up tomorrow. She's like, oh, okay. So the next day she goes, well, can we go pick my ring up today? I was like, I don't have time to pick your ring up today. I was like, you're just going to have to wait.
At least at this point, you're trying to play something off.
Right. So, so the next day she asked, and I was like, I got to go. I said, I'm swamped with radio stuff, honey. I was like, I've got to go meet with sponsors. I was like, I said, if I don't meet with sponsors, then there's no money to get this ring. I said,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna have to
let me
wait.
just bring something up. You've already treated her bad. Now you're trying to make her hate the radio station. You might want to be. You need to come up with some better lies.
So, so finally,
She don't just dig a ditch. She's like, you got the dynamite? I need this sucker deep.
so so this weekend we go into our anniversary weekend, and last weekend we kind of have an unspoken rule where whoever plans the anniversary the year before, the next person is supposed to plan the anniversary weekend then. And I'm like,
That text message is for you. Read that out loud.
Hold on.
okay, from a listener just sent us a text and said, now we know who the man of the relationship is. Yes, y'all, really. I mean,
And I heard that the whole lesbian relationship is y'all are more sensitive and more sincere and more
No.
romantic.
No.
That was a damn lie.
no. I mean, some,
Yeah, Copenhagen's good for you.
some women are, but honestly, people look at me and they think that I'm the femme in the relationship, and I look femme. But when it comes to how I'm wired, I think like a man emotionally. I'm
Disconnected.
disconnected. Yeah.
Yeah, that's apparent.
Ding.
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 So
Message.
so this weekend, Benny's thinking that I didn't plan anything. So, she thought that she was going to get the ring Friday night when we were hanging out. And she kept waiting and waiting. And so we get home. We're on the way home.
That's cool though, because then she's let down
Yeah.
So-
in a plotting sort of way.
Yeah.
That's kind of good.
She goes, when are you going to pick my ring up?
You should have gave her the ring at the redneck thing with the flags.
I was like, oh, honey. I said, I completely
This is so
forgot.
romantic.
I said, I'll go get it Saturday. I promise. So Saturday we're hanging out, we're doing stuff, and it gets to like 10 o'clock, and she goes, "You didn't go get my ring," and I was like, "Oh man." I said, "Okay." I promise we'll get it Sunday. So Sunday I get up
Not open.
and we start grading papers, and so finally and then Scotty sends me the message about going to get shirts. I was like, "Oh, I need to go get shirts from Kohl's," and she's like, "Well, are you going to get my ring while you're out?" I was like, well, it all depends on how much time I have left over. I was like, but my shirts are priority.
Oh.
So
The funny thing
Oh my
is
God.
at least at this point, her idiocy, whatever, has a purpose.
Has a purpose.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
yeah, so so Saturday night, Benny had actually bought me tickets to Melissa Etheridge,
Being a good wife.
being a good wife, because she knows how much I love Melissa Etheridge. She doesn't like Melissa Etheridge very much, but she spent a lot of money to get me into the botanical gardens to see Melissa Etheridge. So, she sends me
Which is why we need press passes.
Yeah,
Keep
so,
going.
so she sends me a text message and she's like, glad you're enjoying Melissa. Wish I had a ring,
Oh.
And so I sent her a text back and I was like, yeah, I'm going to take care of you. No worries. I got you. So fast forward to 1 o'clock this morning and I'm trying to sleep, and she rolls over and she goes, I'm upset. And I'm like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Can you be upset at like in 4 more hours.
You're not allowed to be upset right now.
And she's like, no, really.
It's not on my clock.
She's like, I want to talk. And I'm like, honey, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Please. I was like, I was like, what is so important at 1 o'clock in the morning that can't wait another 4 hours until I have to get up? I was like, and I already told you that Scotty needs your help on the lake in the morning. So just go to sleep. And so then she sits up in the bed. And when she sits up, I'm like, great. No more sleep.
Listen to her. You sound so much like a
Oh
dude.
my
It's pathetic.
gosh.
Great. I can't sleep.
So,
I've acted that
Just
way.
give me
That's
something
sad.
and I'll be fine.
So I'm like, okay. So I sit up in the bed and she's like, this was our anniversary weekend. And last year, I planned an incredible weekend for you in Oklahoma. And I took you to a historic hotel and, we did the movie in the park.
I just got, damn, she's a dude.
And she was like, she said, but, this weekend, she said, I was thinking that, Friday night, since we were hanging out with friends, that, you were going to get me my ring. She's like, then Saturday, I sent you to see Melissa. And she's like, and still no ring. And she's like, and now you're just acting like it doesn't even matter. She's like, so do we matter? And I'm like, really? I said, really? We're going to do this at 1 o'clock in the morning? I was like, honey, we're married. I was like, of course you matter.
Oh my God.
So I told her, I was like, you know what? Just go to sleep. So then she gets up and she goes into the living room and I lay down and go back to sleep. And so then she comes back in there 2 hours later and she goes, how are you going to go to sleep? I'm like,
Watch this.
Watch this. So, she turns the light on. So I pull the covers over my head and
Wow.
I think I'm just losing points with all the women by the minute
You
right now.
You think?
And so I was like, I said, baby, I said, I promise. I said, today I will go get the ring. I said, we were supposed to have a meeting after the show. I said, but you are so much more important to me than meeting with potential sponsors.
After, this is after she said, my shirts are more important than you.
So yeah, I said, I'll go get your ring today. So she's like, okay. So then this morning I'm trying to rush her out the door and she's like, well, we're not going to have coffee together. I was like, no, I got to go. I was like,
Oh
and you
my
need to come
God.
too. And so she's like, okay. She goes, well, I'm just going to drive my car over there. I'm like, okay, fine. So I get here and I mean, literally we pull in at the same time and I bolt from the car and I'm running down the walkway.
And you didn't even tell me she was behind you, which you should have to
I
give
didn't-
me a warning.
I didn't
Because
even-
I've already got the fishing rod out and I'm fixing to twist this ring on there and the sliding door open.
and I'm like,
And Benny goes, hey, oh my God.
and my friend Selena and her partner are here, so they hide in the curtains so that Benny won't see them because they came to take pictures.
And then I turn around and go, where the hell did people go? And they're right there behind that curtain.
Thank God for curtains.
Well, it's over the sliding glass door, so there was enough room that they leaned up against the sliding glass door. I wish somebody had been outside and got a picture of that
Oh God.
because they were all pressed up on that glass.
I mean, it was so Benny walks in and she's like, the vibe in this room is really strange right now. Are y'all gonna push me in the lake? I'm like, no, we're not gonna push you in the lake. So Scotty covers for me. Thank God for Scotty.
Well, thank God the paddle boat was on the dock because we needed pictures on the dock. And I didn't, because of my rib, I didn't move it. So I'm like, no, I needed you to help me move that. I said, because my wife's been just complaining about she can't look at the dock because the boat's in the way, blah, blah, blah. I said, could you help me? Because I hurt myself. That was the perfect excuse for me and her to be on the dock, to get the dock cleaned off and everybody else to walk out.
Yeah. So they get, so they go down there and, I walk out and I put the ring in my pocket and I'm like, okay, I got to improvise. I got to improvise in my head right now. I got to improvise in my head. So,
Which you're not very good at.
which I'm not very good at. So we get out there and Benny's standing there and Benny and Scotty move the boat. And so she starts to walk away and I'm like, wait, don't leave. And she's like, what? And I was like, I got something I want to tell you. And I got down on one knee and I gave her her ring.
And Benny's
back.
like, don't do that. You might not be able to get back up.
Oh, the dog's 30.
Yeah, the dock was
She's
30.
like, I know I am.
But what you don't know is about the time we moved the boat, there was a little fish and about 150,000 ants. And she goes, oh, I said, how did a fish get there? She goes, oh, we was looking for that. They were fishing last week and somehow it disappeared because it went under the boat.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So she put her knee down where the fish was and ants were.
Yeah, but I put a ring on her. I put a ring back on her finger,
And Doc was like, "Which finger?"
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Doc was like, "Give me your finger," and I'll be like, "Okay."
The whole thing was just funny though.
But it was sweet.
And it's funny, would you reenacting it? Because the words you're using, I'm just like, no, you didn't just say that again.
Benny Collins, and we know that you're okay.
Or that we still know, we know you're still here in Georgia. She might be like, I'm getting Halo out of here. This is just too much.
She's gonna be like, I'm going back to our house in Oklahoma that we still have that hasn't sold yet.
Okay, shh. Again, some stuff you don't say. That could actually be talked. That people could read into that as, boy, that was kind of a sourpuss answer. You sure you ain't took no testes? Because you sure are talking like one. All right, y'all. Let's get on to commercial.
commercial.
Yeah, we're gonna go to a
Yeah,
commercial.
save me.
We'll be right back here in just a few minutes, everybody.
Thank you, Jesus, for commercials.
Is there a text on extra?
Oh, she's calling in.
Oh, good, yeah.
Answer it. Answer it. I can call her back.
Hey, honey,
Hey,
what are you
are
doing?
you on the commercial?
Yeah, we're on commercial.
Oh, okay. I
Well,
must
the
be
video can
behind.
still hear you though.
The video. Oh, yeah, the video. We can still hear you.
Oh, okay, good. Well, y'all set me up. I love you, honey. And I thank Scotty and Crystal. They're amazing friends. And Denise. And I can't wait to meet Stephanie.
See, you should have hung out this morning. You could have met Stephanie. Hey, make sure that Niles gets up and gets a bath before Art. please.
Tell her to play
Okay.
your song.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Scotty's playing our song.
Oh, okay, I'm going to go listen to that. I love you.
I love you more,
Well,
baby.
one of them.
Bye-bye, guys.
All right, bye-bye.
Oh yeah, that was absolutely hilarious. Everything you've said, I can't believe.
What?
Just some of the things you said. I swear, I visualized Travis being the guy to say that.
Stephanie, am I a guy?
Some of the things you were saying.
I mean,
Damn.
what?
It was just insensitive sounding. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It sounded like a dude. For real.
Wait, I really came off as being insensitive? Like, truly?
Yeah. A little bit, yeah. Don't be upset. I mean,
Well, okay, wait, okay, so which part sounded like a dude? Like, okay, like just maybe like a little part like a dude?
But
Like,
here's what I visualize. This is what I visualize. What?
yeah, that's how that's
But that's Travis, is it not?
yeah.
What? What'd you hit me for?
yeah,
I do miss him being around.
that's kind of how I am though, Scotty. It's like, what?
So look.
Okay.
About this advertising. But I decided, other than technical stuff, I'm buying another toilet because think of how many times I think he flushed a day now.
Oh, we can get a rebate from the water authority.
Well, I'm gonna, it's probably gonna cost $300, but I'm gonna buy one of them ones that don't use a whole lot of water.
That's what we did.
Because this is what's gonna eat me up.
And it changed our water bill too.
Yeah, my water bill's probably jacked up. Because think now, I probably get flushed 10 or 15 times
Yeah.
every show.
That's true. Especially on the night shows. Because we have studios full of guests.
So, yeah.
Oh, I'm
I
taking.
wish I had more property. I haven't built.
You can't put like I know in our subdivision.
Step over here real quick. I'll show you what I was thinking.
You can have a.
My wife
Are you in the bathroom? Okay. Ooh, nice picture. that Robert Downey Jr. on your computer?
I don't know who that is.
It looks kind of like him.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, I didn't know. No, I didn't know. That would have gave us all the parking in the world.
Well, we are looking at that house over there.
Right. Yeah, I can see people parking at your house. The paddle boat over here.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be cute though?
Build a damn bridge.
Oh, we could do that.
They get pissed, but I'd build one.
But it's a private lake, so I mean they can't.
Will they allow me to go out 30 feet?
And then if I can go, if
But
you
if you can go 30 and I can go 30,
boom, there it is.
we need to measure it and find out. Just for Fun Radio. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
So, how about this? Golly, my nose today. I'm so sorry. Somebody talk.
Okay.
My nose is itching. I keep sneezing.
I'm so excited. I get to take my babies to the Pampered Puppy at 11.
Hey, we got stuff to do. What do you can't schedule stuff at 11? No, seriously. What do you got to do?
Well,
Take them up puppies.
Tara just said that, that's the only time that she can get them.
Well, we'll take the dogs up there, whatever. Are you and Benny taking the dogs?
Oh, you know what? I could send Benny with the dogs because she's already got to take the son up to the sketching pad.
Well, you just decide because I was going to, because she can just drop them off and then
She
go
can
to the
drop 'em
sketching pad.
off. Okay.
The reason I was asking is I'd ride with you if we had to, but because I just have a couple things I got to get done.
Okay.
So how about Faulkner Services is fixing to be a new sponsor?
For Ladies Talk.
Well, for everything.
Oh, they're going. Oh, that's right.
He's going to be everything, but primarily he will be handling. I mean, he will be the whole station advertising, but his key is he wants to be one of the lead sponsors for Ladies Talk every Thursday night.
Thank you. Yay!
And he's listening, by the way.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, your gift of sponsorship is so huge for us on Ladies Talk because, you know, we are probably one of the most resource intensive shows that Scotty runs. And, you know, just giving us this amazing gift, I can't tell you what it means to us, especially Crystal and I, and to all of our listeners of Ladies Talk. And for what we're doing in the community for our women. You know, I always say real women empower each other, but sometimes it takes the men in our community to step up
To back you up.
and back us up.
Mhm.
And, you know, thank you, Faulkner, for doing that for us. Thank you. I appreciate you. Wow.
Anybody got any stories?
Do we have
Do
a
we ever?
clapping soundtrack?
Hey, okay, so I need my sound effect. Where's my
Well,
police?
you could have just.
Hey,
said you related
let's
to
take
that.
turns doing these.
Okay, yeah,
All right, here
because
we
these
go.
are funny, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay.
I said here we go, but there we go.
All right. So now we are on. I think every Monday we'll do the dumbest criminal of the week.
Oh, I always
But-
like stupid crooks.
But we have a couple dumb criminals.
Yeah, but we've got a couple of dumb criminals. So the ladies are going to take over this one. We're kicking Scotty out.
I'm okay. Keep going.
All right. So you might be a dumb criminal if you fall in love too easily. In Columbus, Ohio, a woman who had her purse stolen by 3 armed men in a parking lot outside of her home. And 2 hours later, there's a knock on her door, right? It was one of the thieves. He came back to ask her out. I mean, who does that? It's like, I'm going to
Wow.
steal from you, then come back and say, hey, will you go on a date with me?
Hey, girl, I already got keys to your house. Can I come on over?
I'm gonna do this one real quick. And then
Hey,
go get
since I already got your keys, I can take you to dinner and I can drive us home and let us in the house. Because I know where you keep your lotion too. Because
Oh,
I've already been in the
Lord.
house.
I want to do this one and then go get Karen.
Okay.
After unsuccessfully robbing a convenience store, a young man ran across the street to another store, called his mother, and asked her to pick him up.
You might need to cut the apron strings, my friend.
Wow.
It's like, where do you do that at?
mommy issues.
Seriously.
Wow.
Seriously. And, you know, and you might be a dumb criminal if your feelings are easily hurt. A good Samaritan noticed an elderly man being robbed, so he jumped in and punched the thief. The thief was so upset that he called the police to complain. You can't make this stuff up, Steph.
No,
You can't.
Not really.
You can't.
Wow.
That's almost as bad as the guy trying to steal the patrol car from New York last week. And
Well, how about this? Well, and what happened?
and he
You took
locks
a breath
himself.
for a second.
Oh, I had to
I couldn't
breathe.
tell if you was breathing or the story was done.
No, I had to. Scotty, you know, not everybody can go with it like you without breathing. But I had to breathe. But he locks himself in the patrol car because he was trying to hide from the police, and so then he calls the police to come get him out
I'm
of the
locked out.
patrol car.
Oh my God. How do you explain being in there then? I mean, come on.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, you might be a dumb criminal if you try too hard to impress. And this actually happened to a job applicant at McDonald's in Norfolk, Virginia. And when the manager told him that he would need to apply online, the applicant showed the manager a gun that was tucked in his waistband. Hard to believe, but the manager found a paper application for him. And as the gun toter filled it out, the officers arrived and ordered one criminal to go.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
You got another one after that?
I want,
All right, what you got? Steph?
Okay. Hey, I was going to stay on the, what do you, is yours crook? Get
I
involved
was
crook?
going to say, I want a job, so let me show you my
Yeah,
gun.
let me show you my gun.
look-
Well, along with stupid criminals, this one's a real story that just happened on the other side of the lake from me. It said last evening, now this is what I've gotten. I got Friday night. Last evening at 10:30 p.m., Brenda, who lives at Brookshire Bend, was robbed. She had just parked her car in the garage and was getting out of her car when with a cell phone in her hand. As she stood up, a man came from behind her and said, "Don't turn around or I will kill you. Give me your purse and your phone," which she did. She did not see the man or anything else. This is the first robbery in our neighborhood for years. Please be aware of your surroundings as you're getting in and out of your vehicle. If you believe someone is following you home, blah, 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 don't just pull over anywhere, call 911. But with this being said, we just wanted people to understand that this is just on the other side of the lake from me. So I've went around trying to send messages to all my neighbors, or if I saw them outside, to talk to them, because, I mean, if you truly think about this, the woman just got out of her car, didn't think nothing about it, which means this guy's already somewhat, this may have been a spur of the moment, but he somewhat knew her situation.
Mhm.
I mean, what was he just walking down the street? I'm going to get that woman right there. So that means this guy may have already done it once or twice and plans on doing it again. So I just want all ladies to really think about that when you're getting out of your car at Walmart. You know, a lot of times you're getting out of your car and you're playing on your phone and walking through a parking lot. Anybody could just jump out at any moment. Not as a scare tactic, but you just don't know is the problem. You just don't know what's going on, and you definitely don't know what's going on through these people's heads. So I've told my kid, I'm like, look, man, when you're coming home, I need you to let me know before you pull in the driveway so I can go ahead and be standing there waiting.
With my gun.
Oh, well, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I bet my neighbors already think that. I mean, look,
Crazy Scotty's outside.
I was going to
again.
say, none of my crackhead neighbors are going to want to come over here because they see way too many cars, way too many cops, and way too many guns.
Mhm.
I mean, you would be stupid to come over here. So
Well, we've got Karen in the studio
What?
from Gravity.
Hi.
Oh, there we go.
that's it.
Now you can say hi.
Hi.
We were just talking about you this morning. I was like, because Benny wants to come up there, and she, because you told me not to get the coffee and chocolate stout because you were like, you're probably not going to like it. It made a great beer bread. But you were right. I didn't
You
like it.
didn't like.
Yeah, but you were right though. That's the
She
thing
knows
about
her beer.
She knows her beer, and when
Well,
she
that's her
tells-
profession. You know, it's a job.
when she says you're not going to like something, you're probably not going to like it.
Right.
And
Well, the
like
good
how
thing is that you know, and I've been bragging about the fact you have the book so that you can kind of read about what each beer is and what food it will go with as well. So it's like suggested if you're doing fish one night or steak one night, this will go good with that. So that's kind of good too.
when I like the other day when we were up there and Bill was letting them try some stuff and you're like, let me know if you need help because I know about it more. He knows about his stuff, but she was just funny.
He knows how to brew.
Right.
He's the brewer.
Closer. There you go. Well, you can move it. It
Yeah,
moves.
yeah,
It's real
yeah.
flexible. Just help her, Anise, and
Okay.
turn it up. There you go.
There you go. Perfect.
Yep.
There you go.
Fingers.
How's that?
Better.
That's
Much
better.
better.
All right.
Mo better.
That's Mo Better Blues.
I said he knows how to brew. He's the brewer in the
He's the
family.
brewer. Okay. And how did y'all get involved with this? I meant to ask y'all that before. When you decided, because you had said you were a teacher at one time, correct?
I was.
So what took you from that to this? What was the game plan?
Adults. No.
Okay, so dealing with drunk adults versus kids, but most of the time they're not drunk when they come in.
Actually, I loved working with the kids. The kids were great.
It's the
I
adults.
have no complaints.
Yeah, I was gonna say the kids have reasons for being that way. They're kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Us different.
But anyway, I loved teaching. But my husband has been brewing beer for several years and having to travel, and he's always wanted to do something on his own and not have to work for somebody else. And he thought this would be a great opportunity for us. And that's where we put our money, and that's what we're doing. And
That's cool.
yay!
It's going good.
Yeah, it makes a difference when you enjoy what you're doing.
It
That
is.
really
It's a
changes
passion.
stuff.
Exactly.
And we love that you're here because I was talking to some of our friends who actually live on the other side of Covington, and they were talking about going into Decatur to one of the craft brew shops. I was like, oh my gosh, you got to go to Conyers and check out Gravity. And she's like, Gravity? I was like, yeah, it's the homebrew place. I was like, they have craft beers. And she's like, when did that get there? I was like, they've been there about a year.
About a year.
She's like,
Mhm.
well, where? I was like, okay, well, you know where the Cracker Barrel is? She's like, yeah. I was like, okay, well, you go around that bend and you pass the U-Haul. And before you go to you're going to turn down that road and go to the library. She's like, how do you know all of this? I was like, because I get out and explore.
But the thing is, it's kind of like when you sat down with me the first time and I started telling you about all these places, you're like, I didn't know that. And that's the thing about Conyers that we're having the hardest time with. We can't make people understand that a lot of the things people are traveling somewhere else, we have.
We have,
Like,
yes.
you made the comment about you were going into Stone Mountain. And I'm like, why? That's right down the road.
For art classes. I mean, every week we were driving over an hour to take our son to homeschool art classes, $75 a month plus the gas money. And so now we're here in Conyers, $50 a month, and it's right around the corner.
So you've saved time
Time and money.
and money, and you're keeping.
Cash in Conyers.
Hashtag.
Keep cash in Conyers.
So, that's the thing. That's like we're working on getting our shirts embroidered. And the lady that's doing it, her husband's a Rockdale sheriff.
Mhm.
And this is a job that she's now starting for herself. So that's what I said. I said, listen, we want to keep cash in Conyers. Why do we want to pay some person over the internet
Right.
to do something and not have a person to talk to? Because like all our shirts with our embroidered symbols are like almost up at the top of the shirt. If we would have had a person we could have physically made a FaceTime with or
Right.
called on the phone and said,
Mhm.
hey, send me a picture of where you're going to put this or something. I don't know. I would rather stay local. And
Yes.
she said that this is a growing business for her and she's all for it. I said, hey, let's stay business with you. And I
Yeah.
just visualize it that way. We need to keep cash local.
Keep cash local and support your women-owned businesses. Oh my goodness. Women still earn 74 cents to every
I got to
dollar.
hear that again.
You're going to hear that until
The woman that says, you don't
until
need another ring.
Equals.
until we're equals. That's a whole different story, my friend. But until we're equals, until women-owned businesses get the same coverage, the same financing, the same interest rates, the same everything else that men do, you're going to hear about it.
Well, what's neat though with ladies is other than the motorcycle shop, it's nice to deal with a woman because dealing with some of these guys, come on, man, it's a pain in the boudoir. I mean, even at the motorcycle shop, I have to deal with it. But it's not that I'm trying to say women are better, but
We are.
But for customer service, a lot of times I don't need some dude getting an attitude with me over the phone. When I hear that voice on AT&T and it's a guy, and I already hear that condescending voice, I'm like, "Yep, we're fixing to have another cuss festival." Because it's like, come on, dude. If you would rather be out digging ditches, you need to get to stepping because you don't need to be on the other side of that phone.
So, Karen, tell us what you've got going on. Because you also have classes at Gravity too, right?
We do have classes. We offer classes on brewing beer, making cheese, and making wine.
Ooh.
And this Friday we have a wine tasting. So really excited about that. It's from 5 to 7. It's kind of a drop-in thing. You're not going to come up there at 5
staying the whole time.
and drink until
We're going to try all of them a couple times.
But we'll have somebody there talking about the wines that you're tasting. So
Cool.
somebody with a little more knowledge about wines than I have. So that'll be great.
And you're the beer girl.
And will we be
Yeah.
able to buy the wines that we sample in the
You will.
store? Okay.
You will.
Okay.
And others, if you have others. We have some other really good stuff.
Because that's my birthday. Hey, maybe I could turn that into a birthday destination for wine tasting at Gravity.
That
Heck
would
yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
We'll have our hors d'oeuvres.
We'll have hors d'oeuvres. Okay.
You got to put something on your stomach
Hors
before you
d'oeuvres.
drink
I
one.
know. Yeah. Let's do that. Step,
We're
you
going to
in?
see if we can work that out.
I already have plans this weekend.
It's my birthday.
You can put
I'm
them aside. I'm just
sorry.
kidding.
And you wonder why we've been counting you out.
Oh, be nice.
Be nice.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Look at that face.
Nice.
Where's that taser?
No, but Steph's been kind of doing her own thing, so we just let her go. And then last night, my wife had reached out to her and just said, "Look, Scotty was just kind of giving you a little bit of break, and Denise was going to go back to school, and we kind of hoping to get you back." She's like, "Well, I've been waiting."
I didn't say it like that.
That's how. Listen, y'all tell me I need to watch how I say things. That's how it came across. I've been waiting, and you said it this morning. Well, I planned to. This morning, Steph, we're having a conversation. She says, "Well, I planned on coming back when Ashley went to school." That means, Scott, you dumbassed it. That's
Well,
what that means.
I also said that because I was here the week that my kids were with their dad. And then I was like, the first day of school, I'll be back. Well, they called me on air the first day of school and they're like, "Where the halo are you?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm trying to get stuff done for my school." So I was here the next day and we've been here ever since.
I'm
They
glad
sucked you
Stephanie's
in.
back. Missed you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
I'm glad to be back.
We've missed laughing so much. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we've still been laughing without you because people are still going to be stupid. I mean, do stupid. You know what I mean?
You better watch it now.
That came out.
Who's the one that tased themselves?
Yeah, really.
Well, that was purely accidental, of course.
Mhm.
So what else we got this morning?
Oh, me?
I mean, anything. I mean, or we're going to go back to her because
Well,
we totally lost her as she was sitting there.
No. No.
Hint, hint, go back to the guest.
I was getting ready to. Well, I thought Denise was going, talk about your experience at Gravity because Denise is
one?
like
I'm
a
up there all
regular.
the
She's there a lot.
I know
I'm
that's
there
like
a
Denise's
lot.
Not a bad
home away
thing.
from home.
We don't
It
judge
is.
at Gravity.
Thank God.
Denise, actually, I've learned a lot about craft beers from Denise. I'm still kind of a little nervous to go try them like at a restaurant or something. That's why I'll come to Gravity and try them first so that I can figure out exactly
What you like?
what I like. Yeah,
Mhm.
because the worst thing is to order something that you don't like in a restaurant and then you're kind of
Stuck
stuck
with
with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I try different stuff all the time.
Yes, you
And
do.
I may not like it, but I try it.
Well, the idea is to improve your palate. So as you try more, you begin to like more things. People don't always start out liking an IPA, but sometimes end up liking them very much. So
Now,
we'll see. We'll work on you.
I've picked up a little bit more since I started going because I was sticking to just wheat beers, but I've kind of
Branched out.
branched out a little bit.
Yes, you have.
We're
now
still
what's
working
an
on it.
IPA for our listeners that don't know what an IPA
An
is?
IPA is an India Pale Ale, and they are generally very hoppy and have a lot of bittering units, and that's an IBU.
IBU, not a BTU.
Not a I was at
Joking
home
around.
going, oh my God, did you just say BTU?
I
British thermal unit. Good.
we had joked around about that all weekend.
And then my messenger auto-corrected it to buttering units.
And then I'm like, what is a buttering unit?
This is just going downhill.
That's why I was like, Karen, just call in. Just go ahead and call in. Oh, yeah.
But we
so-
we have other healthy choices at Gravity as well. We have probiotic yogurt kits, kombucha kits.
What is a
What's a
kombucha?
Kombucha is a probiotic tea that you let ferment, and it just gets really healthy for you, and you can add flavoring after it's finished, and drink it and be healthy and
So, like,
improve
I have-
your gut yeast.
I have some spearmint plants at home. So you could put that in it.
After
I thought you
After
said
it's
you
ready.
had some experiment plans at home. And that's not
No,
the right store,
experiments.
Denise. That is a totally different store.
you could put that in there too. But
Not that she's condoning it.
no, not at all, not at all.
It's for health
Medical
reasons.
purposes.
That's right.
Medical purposes.
I'm
only.
off right my rheumatiz.
That's fine.
Oh, no, but last time we were up there with Scotty and Doc, we were looking at the glass tree thingy that you dry them off
Oh
on.
yes.
And Scotty wants to make a Christmas tree at Christmas out of it.
The bottle tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that would make a great little Christmas. It was already red and green, so I was like, "Hey, that looks like a Christmas tree." I think that would be cool. And just and truthfully, you could take the little Christmas lights and kind of tuck them in each bottle so it'd blink. I
There
mean,
you
come
go.
on.
Yeah.
It would
That'd be
actually
kinda
be
cool.
beautiful.
Yeah, put
I
that
think
in
we
your
should do
window.
that for Christmas. I'm
But
up
for-
there enough.
But
so
for the
I'll help you.
listeners, a bottle tree is a tool that brewers use to dry their bottles.
Yes.
They just hang
It
them
just
on
the
'em
hangs upside down.
to let
So
them
everything
drain.
drains. Okay,
Yes.
makes sense. And what's good is that because I'm not in the drinking business anymore, and I left the bar world, and I don't drink my health reasons. I don't drink a whole lot. But the cool thing is due to us seeing Denise and hanging out with Denise, she showed up at one of the bike things I was doing at Harley, and of course it's on the same road.
Mhm.
And I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" She said, "Oh, I just came from Gravity." I was like, I've been meaning to get in there for months. Like I've seen the sign a dozen times driving down the road, and she's like, "Well, we're going there again. I'll come back," and gave me a stack of cards. And then now we've built this relationship. And once I went in there, it's like, holy cow, this is right here in Conyers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
That's
can't
nice.
emphasize enough. It's like, holy cow, like there's so many cool things we're just missing
Oh, yeah.
because nobody really tells us. And
Right.
that's why we're trying to tell everybody. It's like, come on, man.
Hashtag.
And that
Hashtag.
kind of reminds me that, when we were looking where we were going to put our business, we looked at other places besides
Mhm.
Conyers. But I've lived here. I went to high school here.
Right.
And I want to make Conyers a place that people want to come to.
Yeah.
To come
Yeah.
to
A
visit.
destination.
And so we decided that we were going to put our business here in
Mm-hmm.
Conyers because it really lacked it. We didn't need another Dollar Tree. Sorry, Dollar
Right.
Tree.
Mhm.
or
No,
a
but
tire
that's
store,
true. We've got plenty
or
of all of them.
another pawn shop.
Right.
We needed places to
Yes.
go. And I think, if everybody does their part, Conyers can be a really wonderful place to live.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I make jokes all the time, and I'm gonna offend somebody, I'm sure, but there's really no place to eat. To me, there's no place to really eat other than like O'Charlie's. Like Chili's, I just can't. I've been. How sad is it that I've lived here 4 years and I've eaten there 3 times since
Yeah.
2011. I ate there once before I moved here, and I've only been there a few times, and it's just never. It's never nothing that just.
Oh, my God. I have
I
to go
never
back
get.
again.
Listen, I never get this. Hey, man, I'm coming back. Now I've been to Applebee's a few times. Don't get me wrong. But in Red Lobster a couple times. But we go to O'Charlie's and we get great service. And they're not a paid sponsor, so don't get me wrong. But there's really nothing in Conyers that's keeping you in Conyers, and that's where I'm like, we have got to start finding stuff to make you stay in Conyers. What you got?
Have you been to Coaxum?
I went there the other day
Yeah.
for the grand opening, but I haven't been for dinner yet, and because we are planning on it,
Yeah,
we just
we are.
haven't.
Good shrimp and grits.
See?
But what's in it, Steph?
Shrimp and grits and
But
potpourri.
There's
And
andouille
poopery.
sausage
Okay.
usually too.
And see, that's why when we went to the grand opening, he was bringing up there's nothing that keeps you in Conyers either. And that's why he said he wanted to open this, because that's the catch. Is I keep saying, okay, don't get me wrong, I love some Steak and Shake, but yeah, we're having to leave Conyers to go get Steak and Shake. And if I go to get Steak and Shake, do I go to Stonecrest or do I go on into Snellville? Because the service in Snellville is 10 times better than one in Stonecrest. The same thing. I went to Applebee's one time at Stonecrest, and the service was so horrible. We will just go to Applebee's here. It's Chick-fil-A is decent at Stonecrest, but I'd rather just go on into the mall and get my gyro, at the food court. It just stinks that it is the way it is, and it's like, why do we have Conyers here if we're leaving Conyers? Well, why? It's stupid.
You know what I would love to see is Old Town. Old Town is the perfect walking district, kind of like what downtown Decatur used to be. But in Old Town, we have more attorneys' offices than we do traditional businesses. I would love to see Old Town offer significant tax breaks to businesses like Gravity to come into Old Town, because you would get so much foot traffic there. Now you have the great visibility from the highway, but
we're right on the edge of Old Town. We're actually within walking distance of Old Town. And I've talked to them about, you need to have the trails that you're building are awesome. And they are wonderful, but they need to come from the hotels.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they need to go into Conyers. And they might even think about having a shuttle service at the Welcome Center that will run down there and pick guests up. Because I know when there's filming in Conyers, there's an issue with parking.
Right.
Yeah.
So if they can figure out ways to solve those and have some kind of shuttle service for the people that are guests in Rockdale County and for the people that live here to park and ride a shuttle into Conyers.
I just wish they would go ahead and where they made the I'm a person that will just call it straight up. It blows my mind that we have one sidewalk designed so that you can walk from Old Town to Johnson's Park. But it's not really a circle. It's a straight shot. You walk there, you walk back. Why do we not have it where we can now walk from Old Town down where the hardware store is to right where the hotels are, right where Gravity is? You could either go left and walk on over the Brewster's or Cracker Barrel. You can walk right and go right back down to the bridge that takes you right back to the same sidewalk that goes either left to Johnson's Park or right back into Old Town. Why are we not in a circle for people that are residents that want to walk? It's like somebody has a great idea and just doesn't finish it. And that blows my mind. And that's our biggest argument with everything in Old Town. And now you were mentioning Old Town. Now I looked at trying to get in Old Town, but the problem is there's not enough foot traffic. There really isn't enough foot traffic.
Because there's nothing there.
There's nothing there
to come to.
That's my point.
But
everybody's like, man, if you go into Old Town, you could get a grant, and the city actually owns a couple of the buildings in there that they would be willing to make a deal, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what? Other than when filming's there, there's not enough traffic. Like, here's what blows my mind. And I know I'm going to just sound like a butthole for saying it, but why do we have lawyers having offices on the main street, the main buildings of Old Town? You're never hardly there because you're in court. So why are you not? I know it's cool that you're there, but why not on the opposite side, not the center of Old Town, but on the opposite side, on the outside? If you looked at like a dartboard, you don't need to be in the center at the bullseye where all the heat and walking people need to be. Put you on the outskirts where you can still be seen. But it just seems to me that the lawyer's office is eating up 2 or 3 tenants that could be a small art shop or a small coffee shop, or I don't know. That's just an opinion, because I see how Old Town Covington on the square is. I see how McDonough is. I see how Old Stone Mountain is. And you've got 2 or 3 big businesses that are eating up potential small spots.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird. I'm trying to get my words right, but you can't really make it a tourist attraction with law offices.
Is that somewhere you would look into
having
having a studio?
I looked at putting a studio in there. The problem is I'm friends with the owner of the Celtic. So what I do is I go, hey, Greg, I'm going to come by for a little while. And I just go sit in front of his building. And I just sit there and watch the foot traffic. And I'm like, when filming's there, it's a catch-22. Yes, you would get a lot of people seeing you, but they couldn't really come in your door because
Right.
they're filming.
Right.
So you would have to deal with that, which would still be kind of cool. But the other problem is when there isn't filming, there's not a lot of foot traffic.
Right.
I mean, and in Gravity's case, we just got to get people to start looking to the right.
Mhm.
They need to
Right.
know that's who's there because you can see them plain as day. They have got, put it this way, when I was talking about before they opened up, when I was looking for a spot, I actually looked at that spot because I already knew the tattoo shop that was underneath it.
Mhm.
Because I said these words, if I'm going to have to spend money for a building, I want as much visibility as you can get.
Right.
And you can't get any more visibility than
Yeah.
they got.
We do. We get a great deal of exposure
Yeah.
from where we're at.
Yeah, they got
So-
the greatest. But the catch is with them, they're a niche business, which means we got to make sure people know they're there
Right.
because people are interested in this stuff, and to know they're driving to Atlanta, I'm like, it's like when I was angry about people feeding the homeless. I'm like, okay, how many homeless are you driving past here to get to there? It's the same thing. You're driving past this place to go to another place
Mhm.
that's doing the same thing.
Right.
So let's shave 45 minutes of drive and $10 of your gas and keep you right here in Conyers and keep cash.
Keep cashing Conyers.
Hashtag.
Keep cashing Conyers. But you know, Karen, I have to say that before I got to come into Gravity, I was intimidated about coming in there.
I think a lot of people feel that, and I don't want people to feel that way. I want people to come in and have a wonderful experience. We work really hard at making it the best experience you can have when you come in our store.
Well, you know, and
Now, was you
What made
intimidated
you
as a woman?
yeah,
That,
I
you was going to
was.
ask that too. That's why I was
Yeah.
curious.
What made you intimidated?
I was because typically when you see craft beer places, they're male dominated. You know,
Well, not the case here.
but not the case here. But you know, typically that industry is very male dominated. And like, okay, when I go to Sherlock's in downtown Decatur, it's male dominated. And you
What
know,
is that?
it's a wine and cooking place.
Oh, okay.
And you know, they know their wines because that's where I used to go to get all of the wines for my dinner parties. But the way that they sometimes talk to you, it's just like it makes you feel like, okay, yeah, I really should have known that. And then you feel
So a little
stupid for not
condescending.
knowing that.
Condescending,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. And I was like, you know, so when I saw Gravity, because I remember the personal training studio used to be there. And I was like, okay, you know, I didn't really know what it was. And then when I figured out it was a craft beer place, I was like, well, you know, it's probably another man-owned business. So I'm not going to go in there because I've already been made to feel stupid one time. I don't want to feel stupid again.
So in your mind,
Right. In my
mm-hmm.
mind, I had talked myself
I'm saying
out of
in
it.
your mind, what visually could have attracted you to come there? Because if you think that way, there might be 5 or 6 others think that way. So in your mind, visually, what would have enticed you as a woman to come in there?
Well, you know, I don't think I don't think there was any advertising that could have brought me in there, but it was just the fact that if I would have known that it was female owned.
So
Well,
that's what
my
I'm saying.
husband might argue with that.
Well,
but at this point,
Love you,
this
Bill.
is what I'm asking you. At this point, if you felt this way, there may be others that feel
Right.
this way. So, and as an owner, she's probably going to want to know this too. And is me just
Mm-hmm.
trying to be a little reporting on this. In your mind now, when you look back, what do you think could have been done to entice you to come in there? Because
I-
that's what every business owner wants to know. What can I do to get you?
I honestly think when I looked at the colors, your colors are male colors.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was I was like, okay, it's men, you know,
But it's beer.
but it's beer. And
You can't do pink on beer.
I know you can't do pink on beer, but you know, I'm looking at the colors. I'm thinking this industry is pretty male dominated, you know, and it was just, and of course I get the Rockdale paper, but I don't always read the Rockdale paper. So even if there had been a wonderful article in there, I would have probably missed it.
I guess because I'm a guy, I love the colors. The colors flow very well.
My husband kind of picked the colors because he's a Bulldog fan.
That's what I was getting at. They're
Don't
the
let that be
UGA
a bad
colors
thing
now.
about us.
And I don't care for the UGA because I'm more Tech fan. But the colors are the
And
colors.
that's
We're not
okay.
talking anymore.
That's okay. We love everybody.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, black.
Okay, so then what I need you to do is the spokesperson
Because we're not changing
Self-elected.
the color.
That's right.
We're not changing
We
the
paid a
colors.
lot of
No,
money
no,
for
them
that
colors
logo.
are fine. I like them colors.
But it's getting the word out, you know, and I know that you and Bill are a team and that y'all are married and that y'all own it together.
Right.
But you are really the face that every woman walks in there that we see. You know, you're the one
Making everybody feel comfortable.
Yeah, you're the one that makes you are the one that when, like, if we had a dinner party, you know, Bill is great, but
That's my head.
yeah, but you're the one that
Don't
when
break your arm while you're trying
No,
to do that.
did you hear what she said? She said, Bill is great, but.
Bill is great.
Love you, Bill.
Love
We
you, Bill.
love you, Bill. But you know, you're the one that really opens the door and allows us to drop those inhibitions.
Right.
And
Well, I just would just say, come on in and give us a shot. If you don't like beer, we have all the ingredients you need to make cheese, and we teach you how to make cheese.
They grow cheese.
And when we make our cheese, we taste wine at the same time, and we dip bread into olive oil and
And now, with that
drink
being
wine and
said,
eat cheese, and it's fun.
you have events that you were bringing up to me the other day about the wine tasting and stuff, right?
We have beer tap takeovers that's when a brewery comes in and they get 4 of our taps and they send in a representative, and the representative tells you all about their beer, and he usually or she bring in flair, which is like, you know, glasses and coasters and stickers.
Make sure
and
I get my glasses.
fun things like that. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. We even had a painting and wine tasting party.
See, Doc?
Oh.
So-
See, as the
When we do-
spokesperson,
She was talking about doing like a women's trip up there.
That
When
would be a
could we
good
do
one
something
because
we could
I can
do?
get the instructor.
Okay.
so even
Let's
if
set it up.
even
because
if
we'll-
we don't do it, say, as a Thursday night, and it being a ladies' talk, but what I'm
Right.
saying is you make it a ladies' talk event
Yeah.
and we'll
where
even
you
let
invite
Steph
everybody
come.
out.
Or you can come broadcast from up there.
No, wait, I know we want to do that, but I want this to be where, because if we did it as the radio part, meaning do it live, the problem would be you would have to be working
Right.
and not be
And I couldn't
enjoying yourself.
enjoying it,
And
yeah.
you need to be the face,
And I wanna
and
be
you
able
need
to
to be the
enjoy it.
face, and we'll fix yours. But we need you to. I'm joking, but seriously, I would love for that to happen. Oh, and look, oh my God, wine tasting. My wife and all her girls would come. There you go.
Friday,
That's my
Friday.
point.
5 to 7.
Friday 5 to 7. Hey, women, I know that we've got a lot
Wait,
of
Friday
female
5 to
listeners.
7. What?
Wine
Wine
tasting.
tasting.
Every week?
No,
No,
just
this
Friday.
This Friday.
This
That's
Friday.
what I want to make sure that, because I want to make sure I'm clarifying and everybody's clarifying.
Thank you.
So this Friday, Mr. Chris, this Friday, 5 to 7. Can you write that down and let's make an event page for this. Ladies talk.
This Friday is the 28th, by the way.
Okay.
So it's August.
So write that
28th.
down.
And remember, that's drop in. You don't have to be there at 5. And
Okay.
not get
But what
in.
if we want to?
And
But
And
we
there's
want to
no
make
charge.
sure no charge.
there's no
so
charge. So
we're gonna make
come
a
in.
page.
Oh my
Please
gosh.
buy something. But
Yes.
there's no charge to come
Yes.
and taste the wine.
I can't tell you how much. I think the last wine tasting I did, I paid $70.
I'm sure you did.
Whoa.
So we need to, when the show's over, we need to make a ladies talk event at Gravity for this Friday. See, this is what I was getting at. We need to keep up with. So if you would like to be our spokesperson to
For
keep up with
Gravity?
that, yep, you keep up with Gravity if you don't mind. I'm not just trying to throw stuff on you, but it just helps. I need a very open line of communication, because what I've learned is as we're growing and as I get busy, I don't want to drop the ball.
Right.
I mean, I have before, and I don't want to do that ever again. And something so big as this, because with us opening the door for ladies talk, we need to continue to open these other doors. And as you're the spokesperson of your community, she's the spokesperson for
My people.
well, Stephanie's the spokesperson for West Porterdale. So I mean, I gotta keep all my spokespeople. I gotta keep all my Steph. I could just see Steph now. I'd be like this. Smells a little like some Strawberry Hill, Boone's Farm. 2015, August. Matter of fact, August has a Valero smell.
She's like, that brings back so many memories.
What had happened was.
I'm sure. Oh my Lord.
So now when is man's night with the beer and moonshine? So There won't be no moonshine, I'm sure.
Yeah, no
but-
moonshine.
But any day, literally, as far as we are gonna do an event up there. But yeah, any guy can go up there, any female, even that can go up there and try the different beers. Like what was the one I had the other day? Watermelon something?
Hell or High Watermelon.
Hell or High Watermelon?
That's
Was
a
it-
wheat beer, and it's a fruit and vegetable style beer that's flavored with watermelon.
Yeah, man. So you need to go by there any minute, Chris. You can find them. They're on Access Road. We've tried all
Except
sorts of
Monday.
different, except for Mondays. But
No.
working 6 days a week is enough.
I have to wash my clothes.
That's
you know?
right. And see, we don't plan a whole lot on Mondays because we used to plan Mondays and then other things would occur. So now we don't plan anything so that when oopses happen, we don't screw up. So last week we all went to eat and we're like, all right, we're going to go to Gravity. And it's like, oh crap, it's Monday.
Yeah.
But we were already in the parking lot at that point.
Yeah, I went to the parking lot. I'm like, I said something to David, and he was like, "Duh, Denise, they're
Yep.
closed today."
Yeah, duh. Well, look, let us shoot to a commercial real quick, and we'll be right back. Everybody, it's just for fun in the morning. So
Oh, wait, hold on before we go to commercial.
What?
Shout out to Ravish Hair Salon in Porterdale.
go right ahead.
And, that is the home of so many things. Rock Your Hair. They have an amazing line of Rock Your Hair products. Go on down there, historic Porterdale, while you're getting your hair done. Pop over to the Social House and get you a po' boy, or if you are vegetarian like I am,
Vegetarian.
Oh,
Denise.
listen, Mike's usually the one that does that while sitting there. Appreciate
Oh,
that.
Jesus.
So listen, it's the chairs. Remember, you had a redneck moment. You've now had a Mike moment. It's the chairs. We need to throw these chairs away and go get new chairs.
I am so disappointed in you, Denise.
you.
Oh my goodness.
You've not even been drinking.
No.
And you haven't. I mean, oh my goodness, I am so disappointed in you. Go move your card from green to yellow. Oh my
You just got a poop
gosh.
sticker on your card. All right, let's get out of here. We'll be back here in a minute, y'all.
I love you.
I love you too. I think.
I think that was so funny.
That's funny. I'm like, I'm not here.
If you would have said voted lesbitarian, would at least sound better than what you said. Can't believe you said that. It's the chair. It's the chair, I tell you.
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay,
have
so
to get
now,
new chairs.
now all you need to do is act like a gay white teenager. boy, gay white boy teenager. And then we'll just have all the screw ups done in one day.
I was going to say that your radio etiquette is much better today.
Mine is.
Everybody's.
Oh,
Oh, thank you.
Some days you guys are just like talking all over each other, but today is awesome.
we try.
All
Let's
right,
play a
I'm
song.
getting ready to
That'll
I'm getting ready to create our ladies talk event.
be fun.
Are you coming?
As long as when is it gonna be?
It's Friday night.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm just.
It's from
trying
5
it
to
just
7.
Depends on if I have a sitter or not.
Just Velcro them to the wall. We've had this discussion
Dogs
before.
babysit.
Duct tape them to the wall.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to duct tape this.
I would say drop them off with my wife, but I might not have one after she finishes hearing the show today. Yeah. Me too. All right. So how did I create? Oh, events.
Oh, Lord. So I got Erin Hill,
Mhm.
who's our rocker girl who sings, and I handed her the jingle sound because we couldn't figure out how to get. I'm like, how am I gonna get this to sound right? I handed it to her, and she started to walk around the couch, and me and her dad standing there, and I said, listen, I said, I need to make a jingle, and I said I want it to be catchy, like looky, 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 here it comes. I said I want something that you get stuck with. I said, but we've been trying to figure out how we're gonna do it, and she's like, let me see it for a second. And she was just walking and started singing. I said, oh, you're going to come record this. And she was like, what? And I said, that's what I needed. I couldn't get, I don't know. I just couldn't get me to make it sound good. And she just said it like it was nothing.
Really?
So now.
So it's your show's jingle?
Huh?
Your
No,
jingle?
yours. The Gravity.
Okay.
Did
Has it?
she not
I
talk
haven't
to you about
heard.
it?
Uh-uh.
Oh yeah, because we were saying we wanted to try to do that GRA, but when every time I kept trying to even word it, it sounded too much like the Mickey Mouse Club, and I'm like, I can't really make it. I don't want to cause no problems with Mickey Mouse either, but how was I going to be able to make the gravity? Because it was you spelled it out, so you say GRAVITY,
GRAVITY, Gravity Craft Homebrew Supply.
right? And I couldn't get it to in my head. I couldn't get it to sound any more than MICK. I handed it to her. She walks off saying, I'm like, perfect. Because it had a little bit of the flow with it because she's a singer. So we're going to get her Wednesday night to record it.
Okay.
So we're going to make one.
But we're going to do the other one that we wrote.
Yeah, we're
as
going to do the
well?
other
Okay,
one that we
'cause, yeah.
wrote. But then I'm going to also take her singing the gravity beginning, then squeeze in some of the very same information, and then sing the gravity again on the way out, so that you have the catchy part to hook your ear. Because I found out Joe Leeper, when we were riding the other day, we had Just Fun playing in the bus, and he was singing some of the commercials. It was actually kind of funny because he's a mechanic. He says, dude, I'm under the hood all day long, and he made a setup with his phone in his toolbox, so that's what he listens to all day. So every commercial that came on, like the new car wash, we're riding in the bus, and I hear him, the new car wash at Old Salem Road. And I'm just kind of like, he says, dude, I know your commercials by heart.
Well, Bill wants to make sure it doesn't sound too much just like that new car wash.
Yeah. It won't be because she's more of a rocker.
Okay.
But the new car wash, that fits them. That fits exactly who they are.
Yeah, I called my son. I said, "Can you get it? Can you do a thing for us?"
Yeah. Now, see, he would be like her. He would be somebody that could do one good.
Yeah, he could if I can get him to do it.
Oh, my gosh. I'm feeling hungry. I just realized that. I
We're
waited
all
too long.
starving.
Yeah.
Huh?
We're all starving.
I just waited too long. Well, I got up, I was cut short on my morning.
He couldn't even take his morning.
Well, because she's like,
That's the Constitution.
yeah, that's supposed to be my law rights. But she had said somebody's going to be here like 6:45, and then at like 6:38, she goes, somebody's in your driveway. Huh? Like, I'm nowhere even ready. And I come downstairs to open the door, and instead of one, there's two people. So I open the curtain. I'm like,
Yeah, and Bella's not down here, so you didn't have to worry about that. She said when we were talking
I just heard
Oz.
Oz, yeah. Say something about
Yeah.
a dog.
oh, that was so funny because he usually tells me when he's here. And we didn't even see his shadow or nothing. We just saw the door open. Oh, my God.
Oh, Bella went after Oz.
She went up to the door and he hightailed it back out the door.
Bella's bed's behind the recliner.
Yeah.
Bella was asleep. The black curtain was closed between us and the door. He had already come in the house, snatched the curtain open, and it was like this. He snatched the curtain open, and he goes to yell at us, and then Bella opens her eyes and then starts growling, and he just looks down and goes. And I was scared. She was fixing to,
Yeah.
that whole alligator thing
Yeah.
she does.
Yeah,
She
she'd be
slams
on you
her
with
teeth together.
quickness.
Sounds like a bear trap. It's just like an alligator. And she snaps when she does it. Just basically,
What kind of dog is this?
she's called a Pressa, part American Bulldog and Mastiff.
Oh, whoa.
But she'll do it and pop you. She doesn't bite, but she snaps and hits you with her nose to let you know. And I just thought, oh my God, this is going to go bad.
We found our puppy's twin this weekend. I will show
All right,
it
we
to
got to go
you.
back live. You got
I
something?
think it's her
I
twin.
got a mouthful.
Yes, I got.
That's a first.
That's the first. Scotty goes, we're going back live. You got something? I got a mouthful. That's the first, Scotty. I'm so glad I have finally left you speechless. Just if you want. Look, it's like that commercial. When you want your kid to be quiet, you give them those chewy granola bars. I need some more of whatever he just put in his mouth.
Nutri-Grain bars.
Yeah, I need some more of that so that we can just keep him. Look, don't die on me because I only get one white man a lifetime. Don't die.
I think
I was
I know
trying to
where he's
swallow.
going.
All that stuff started going up in my sinuses. And let me tell you, a granola bar going in your sinuses doesn't work good.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Because I was trying to decide if I was going to give you CPR or not. Really.
I had a mouthful of granola. You probably wouldn't have wanted to give me CPR.
Yeah, I was like,
You can give him the Heimlich, not the CPR.
Oh, he might have to, because we actually do have a line of people waiting,
For you to croak.
for you to croak. And
Oh yeah, I found that out the hard way.
I mean, I'm just saying.
We'd have got
So-
the taser after him.
I am so dying at stuff I'm seeing people have plugged in. It's like, what the halo is? Everybody's plugged all this weird stuff in.
I was wondering what you were doing over there.
I'm just trying to figure out why like reverse cords are plugged in. I'm just like, what the heck?
So wasn't it 10 years to 10 years ago today that Katrina hit?
Yeah, 10 years ago today, that, you know,
Ooh, hey, this just in.
Oh, okay.
The Dow just crashed 1,000 points in 7 minutes.
Friday it was like
There
500.
goes my
Wow.
retirement.
That's what I was fixing to say. There goes mine.
Well, no, Friday they freaked out because it was like 500 and something, but that now it just dropped another 1,000.
Yes, in 7 minutes.
Wow. Okay, so something big is going on.
Please God, Apple stock don't drop.
Martha Stewart.
Yeah, something big is going on.
I'm all for some Apple. That's why I'm like, Apple just don't go away.
But yeah, Denise, 10 years
More
ago,
than 1,800 people died.
yeah, 1,800
That's
people. And,
crazy.
you know, but what Katrina really did for us as a country is it opened our eyes to the level of poverty that really exists, you know, because everybody was, you know, I was teaching, and I remember one of these sociology professors came in my office and he's like, I just don't understand why those people just didn't leave. The governor told them to leave. And I looked at him, I said, that's like going to the projects in Atlanta and us having a catastrophe and going, I just don't understand why those people didn't leave. They were told to leave. They don't have cars. Katrina hit at the end of the month.
Well, it was two scenarios. A, they didn't have, a lot of them didn't have a way to leave
Right.
because they didn't have transpo. But
And-
the other problem is gridlock, people trying to leave.
Gridlock,
Yeah.
people
Right.
trying to, and they also had no money. Katrina hit at the end of the month when if you are on a fixed income, your money comes in at the beginning of the month, and by the end of the month, you're out of money. So there was no money. You know, they're saying, we need you to get out. It's kind of like the whole Ferguson thing when the people were protesting. Get off the streets, but yet you're blocking the streets and the people can't leave. You know, you're telling the people, you need to evacuate, but there's no plan to help
Yeah,
them evacuate.
There was no
Exactly.
evacuation plan.
And, you know, and sadly, Rockdale County is in the same situation as New Orleans. So if we had a catastrophe here, you know, if they said evacuate Rockdale County, those of us who have cars, great, we're out of here.
Mhm.
But there's a large population here that does not have a car.
Right.
And that's when the school buses should be used.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Or the just for
There
fun
were
bus.
There were buses in New Orleans that were not used.
That were not used.
sat
Right.
empty
Yeah, it's-
and could have taken lots of people out of there
Yeah.
without causing as much gridlock as everybody jumping in a car did.
That's
Well-
exactly right.
But, you know, in order for the buses to be used, there's like certain things that have to be met at a state level, like a state of emergency has to be declared and all of that stuff. But you know, I say that because none of that happened in New Orleans. And I can just see that here,
Mhm.
you know, because, and especially I remember down in South Georgia one time, it was something very similar and they wanted to use the buses. Well, back then they had the city and the county. And the city was like, okay, well, you know, we'll use our buses to go pick up the people in the city, but we're not going to we're not going to let our city buses go into the county. And the county didn't have enough gas to run all of the extra routes to pick the people up to get them out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? We're going to sit here and because it was a chemical spill that actually happened and they needed to evacuate a certain amount of people around the chemical spill. And I'm going, you know, I think that's what a lot of people honestly don't realize is just the income disparity in some of these communities. And, you know, as a teacher, I can remember I taught third grade and I would have kids who would come to school and they wouldn't have coats. So what I used to do is, you know, I would go to different church groups and I would say, I know that you're going to do a coat drive. Can you put 5 coats aside for me? Because every year I knew without fail, I was going to have some child that was going to come in with no coat. And when we go out on the playground, I can't say, okay, everybody in the class can go out, but you, Sally, because you don't have a coat. You know, I had to take all 24 of my kids out.
It's not
Yeah.
fair to
That's right. That's not fair to Sally.
Yeah.
You know, or Bobby or Timmy or any of them, you know, and the same thing goes for like just bringing stuff in. I hate the school supply list. Oh my gosh. Because I mean, it puts that disparity in there. And what Katrina did was it sparked the national debate about war, race, and poverty in America that people just didn't want to talk about, and that we still don't talk about.
Yeah.
I've never seen levels of. I thought that I had seen poverty in Coweta County. No. When we got lost yesterday in Covington and that whole area down there, I mean, poverty, like I'm going, am I still in Georgia? Did I accidentally cross over into Alabama or something? But I was still in Georgia. I mean, just the level of poverty. I'd never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it'll open your eyes.
Go to Scumrise Trailer Park.
Oh my gosh.
You ain't seen nothing till you see that part of Conyers.
You said Sunrise?
Yeah, we call it
Scumrise.
Scumrise. Yeah,
Oh,
you go
okay.
there.
Yeah.
You go there and you get a whole different level of what's real.
Yeah, they have their own police officer that patrols the park.
Really?
Hmm.
Wow.
That's how bad it is.
They got their own clinic down there.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
They have, yeah.
It's different.
Yeah,
So on
it's
to better
bad.
news.
On to better
Yay.
On to just for fun, happy.
Yeah, just for glum isn't getting it.
That's right. It's Monday. We're gloomy enough.
What about the Full House movie on Lifetime that they played? None of
Did it-
the original cast is happy about it.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
It's-
It showed like Bob Saget was he was a pervert.
Well, yeah.
When did this air?
This
What,
Saturday.
Saturday.
Man,
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
It's exactly. It was
I watched it.
it was so good. Nobody knew about it. What did you think about it, Steph?
It was different. I didn't really care for it that much.
Is it
'cause-
supposed to be authentic?
They're making
It's
fun of
supposed
them.
to
I
be-
think.
Yeah,
It was more making fun of them.
Yeah, it was the unauthorized Full House story.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
And some idiot in corporate office said, "Yep, let's spend some money on that."
Well, but
And people made money off of that.
the funny thing is, though, who was it? Bob had already written a book about his life on Full House. So it's like, how can this be unauthorized?
Yeah.
He's already written an unauthorized quote unquote book about it. So Lifetime kills me when they do all of these unauthorized,
Yeah.
Well,
Kind
and
of
they're
like
doing
the magic tricks when they're telling you how the magic tricks work. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
well, and they're doing the Fuller House with some of the original cast.
Yeah.
They're filming that now.
For
I think
what
it's gonna
channel?
be
Is
on
it-
Netflix.
It's going to be
Okay.
on Netflix. Yeah, it's going to be
because
on
I just
Netflix.
thought it's probably not going to be on Lifetime now.
Yeah, no.
No, it's going
That.
to be one of the Netflix exclusive Netflix things.
Well, how about this? Did anybody watch Fear of the Walking Dead last night?
No, not yet.
I started. Crystal fell asleep, so I only got about 10 minutes into it. But to me, about the first 10 minutes, I thought, man, if this doesn't pick up, I'm not going to watch it.
Is it off of last season?
No, it's
Or
the
is it a
it's the
whole
beginning.
different-
It's
Oh,
the
okay.
beginning of how it actually starts. and-
Yes.
Oh,
And it starts from the
Oh.
flu, so everybody get your flu shot.
Oh, wow.
I can't do that.
Mm-mm.
No.
So
So was
Yeah.
was that the first one?
The first one.
episode? Okay.
yep, and then it's 6 weeks. It's going to be 6 weeks long, and then it finishes, and then the Walking
The
Dead
next
starts back.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next season of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
October 11th is when The Walking Dead starts.
But I got to me, it just started out so just blah.
dull.
It was very, so and she fell asleep. I'm like, well, I'm not too far behind her, so I'll wait and watch it tomorrow.
I get so disappointed because we go when we had the season pass for Callaway Gardens this week or this summer, and we'd go. I just bring the kids for the day. We go down to the beach and everything,
Mhm.
and on the way down there, you go past through Sonoya, a
Yeah.
little bit of Sonoya, and I keep trying to get my husband to go take a look around
We're-
because they have the.
We're taking
Yeah.
the bus down there one day. We just we keep saying this, and we
Yeah,
haven't.
said
But,
it for a
but as
year.
soon as the temps drop a little
bit.
bit, where we won't be down there sweating, we're going down with the
I
bus.
want to go do that. And
Oh, that's cool.
bring
So-
we'll bring some beer. Bring some beer from Gravity.
Absolutely.
And then how
Well,
about this?
bring
Fallen Skies, they're calling it the series finale is next
Oh.
week.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
So they're writing that
So
one off.
they're gonna wind it all up.
What
Mhm.
is that one?
About
aliens coming to the Earth? It's actually really
It's
well.
What was
That's
it
what
on?
sucks.
That's something I watch.
That's my wife's only. My wife only has like 2 or 3 favorite shows, and that's one of them. And the other one was the one that was being filmed called Resurrection, and they canceled it.
I
Resurrection.
love
Yep,
Resurrection.
they canceled
What
Resurrection.
channel was Fallen Skies on?
TNT.
TNT.
Okay.
Yeah. My wife loves that, and Resurrection.
Which I'm
of
sure
course,
it's on
Resurrection's
Netflix by now, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
My wife, the only like Walking Dead, Resurrection was one, and Fallen Sky. Those are really. She's now getting into Rookie Blues.
You never watched Once Upon a Time?
No, I could never get into it.
Amazing
Oh my
show.
God, I
I like
love
that
that
show.
show.
I tried to get involved with it, and I just couldn't.
And Revenge.
I
I,
never got into
Revenge, I couldn't.
Revenge.
I watched the first season of Revenge, and then it just kind of lost me.
It got soap opera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
It got very
Yeah.
soap opera.
When stuff gets soap opera on me, I'm like, okay, I'm out of here.
Well, and the other one I talked about, the Wayward Pines, you have to go watch that.
That was
I
good.
need
It was
to.
only
Really
10
good.
episodes, but it was every week you're like, oh my God, oh my God.
And
I'll
when
tell
it
you.
ended, it ended.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
and you're like at the end, you're like, are you kidding me?
How about this? Stephanie did a report when she was here before about these shows that were canceling that we couldn't understand why they canceled. With that being said, last night when the Revenge or the Fear of the Walking Dead comes on, when the dude's under the sink working and they show his face, I'm like, crap, he's on this show now? Then it dawns on me, the show he was on must have got canceled
Mm-hmm.
because he was on a gang show. He was on a where an FBI guy or DEA was actually related to the people in the gang, and he was playing kind of a secret agent helping the gang, and he was the cartel leader. And now I saw him on the Fear of the Walking Dead, and I'm like, well, I guess that show got canceled. So it's like every show of last season that we liked is now canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And I
And
don't
then
know.
you'll start seeing them on other shows.
Yeah, I start
Yeah.
seeing them on other shows. I'm like, crap, this sucks. Because what we're noticing is a lot of the action. Here's how the only way I make sense out of this is I always joke about the wussification of America, because the gang shows that we were watching that were really pretty accurate have been canceled. And then like Resurrection, because it attacks biblical stuff, it
Yeah.
was canceled. So it's like, are we censoring ourselves and only allowing some ridiculous shows to be out, if that makes any sense?
I don't know how that's possible with
I don't
all,
either.
with all of the what do you call it? Reality television.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's just absolutely ridiculous.
Stupid,
I
yes.
don't watch any. I don't watch any of it
Mhm.
because it's just really.
Naked and Afraid is the only one I really watch. It's reality.
I
He
can't
loves
bring. I
that
can't bring
show.
myself to watch.
I watch Naked Afraid, Woodsman, and Mountain Men.
I tried to get David to start watching the one you were talking about with a
Which one?
group of people, the Naked
Oh,
and
Naked
Afraid.
and
with
Afraid.
the
It's
group of
over
people.
now. Next week's the last episode.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, but like we can watch it from the beginning on demand. And
Yeah.
he was just like, nope, I can't do it. It's like, I can't do
it's
it.
it's actually neat
I said,
though,
but
because
Why
Scotty-
would you want to be naked and afraid though?
And he's like, and I'm like, but Scotty said it's good. And he was like, that's okay.
it's actually pretty good. Last night watching them have an issue that they had where there's now a group of 7 who want to lay around. They don't know how to hunt. They don't know how to really do anything. Then there's a group of 2. These 2 guys keep hunting, eating, doing great. They're eating great. Last night, the 7 who keep trying to eat off the other 2 guys. Like these guys are catch these 7-foot, 8-foot eels and expect the 2 men to share it with the other group, right? So last night they killed a stingray. They're all starving. They killed a stingray and didn't share it with these 2. And it's like, man, y'all just made yourselves look stupid. So it's really funny, when you see how these cliques act, which is the same way we see cliques here in Conyers act,
Oh,
So it's just
Yes.
funny how
They
that works.
tried.
My big wonder is where do they sit?
Let me tell you something. When you see them go to bed and as they're going to sleep, it's like, why are you not building a shelter? Why are you not this? Why are you not keeping a fire going? And they wake up the next morning, and from the back right side of their ear, down their neck, down their shoulder blade, down their butt cheek, all the way to their heel is hundreds of mosquito bites and bug bites. And you're just like, oh, that's got to stink. Oh my God. She's already scratching thinking about it. Last night they were starving, so they peeled some bark off a tree. The guy was joking and said 1 tarantula, 7 grasshoppers, and 200 ant bites. Was it worth it? Because they're standing there naked. I mean,
It's
barefooted. And I say the words like, okay, if you know you're going to be on this show, we already know we're going to be on this show. We applied to be on this show. We now have an acceptance to be on this show. We know it's going to be a couple of weeks before you're on the show. I'm like, why are you not already walking around barefooted, toughening up your feet?
True.
I just don't get it. It's
Well,
hilarious.
What if they actually like try killing somebody to eat them?
No,
No. Yeah, no.
I think that might
But
be.
you never
illegal.
know.
That might be a showstopper.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Next week is a season finale. You never know.
Yeah,
well,
I think next week they're on their own because how about this? The two smart guys made them a little raft to go across the lake. The 7 of them plan on swimming across the lake. There's 2 things about this lake. There's a couple things about this lake, not just 2, a couple things. A, it's called Piranha Lake.
For a reason.
For a reason.
Why the hell am I swimming across it? 2, you keep saying, man, I wish we could kill one of them alligators and eat it. That indicates that you have alligators in there. So piranha, alligators, electric eels, and now one of them yesterday showed some freaking hippo. Hippos are the most aggressive. They talk about that. So I'm like, there's no way I'm swimming down this damn river.
I don't even know if I'd want to be in a raft going across
It's
it.
called Piranha Lake. Hello. Hello.
She's over there itching. She's just over there scratching away. Karen's just scratching.
I just want to put on clothes for them.
That's right. That'd be like me being naked and somebody say, you want to go roll around back there in Poison Ivy Alley? No.
Just go in a helicopter over and just drop some clothes.
You'll go walk barefoot down Broke Glass Road? No.
Sort of like Hunger Games. Just drop in stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. It's
That's
crazy.
so funny.
Well, look, we're starting to wrap this puppy up. Anything else we got? I know we just get to laughing and talking and go down. Throw out anything out. Tell people how to find you again. And
Well, we're on Dogwood Drive, right between the U-Haul and the Holiday Inn. Don't just turn around in our parking lot. Come in and see us. We'll treat you right. We'll make it a special event just for you.
And you are on Facebook.
We are on Facebook. We have a website, www.gravityhomebrew.com. We have everything that's on tap listed there, plus all of the ingredients that we have in our homebrew side, from grains, yeast, hops. We have cheese.
We grow
wine.
cheese.
We have stuff to make wine. We even help people that grow their own muscadines. We have everything you need. So come on in and see us. We'll make it worth remembering.
Totally worth remembering. I keep going back, so.
And we love you. We love to see you.
And Friday night, I'm going to kick off my birthday weekend celebration with the wine tasting.
Woohoo!
5 to 7 at Gravity. So come on out, hang with the doc, sip some wine, learn a few things, and support your local
And buy
business.
some wine.
Buy
or
some
beer.
wine.
And
Hashtag keep cash and Conyers.
And drop your inhibitions.
That's right.
Hashtag.
yeah, feel free to walk in because the place is a great place and she's going to make you feel welcome just the second that you get there. So you don't have anything to worry about. It's a niece.
Thank you. Thank you.
Doc.
Thank you, DJ.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
At least you have a woman in there that's making you feel nice and comfy.
I know, because these men-owned businesses don't treat the women right. Just saying.
We
just
love you,
putting it out
Bill.
there.
We love you, Bill.
We love you, Bill.
Bill, you treat us right.
Bill's a
Wait.
big sweetie bear.
He is.
All right, so Mr. DJ, what song do I get?
I don't know. It's Monday. I'm sitting here.
Can I have a Melissa Etheridge song in honor that I got to go see her live in concert for her ME solo? I love
Let me
Melissa
see.
Etheridge.
Or some landslide.
I'm allergic.
I wish I would have
By
had
a
a press
certain-
pass.
Landslide.
Oh, we
We got a call.
Oh, maybe it's Melissa.
Yeah, you be prepared for that just for fun.
Hey, I was just calling to say it'd be nice if they did one of those wine tastings a little later, because I come from up north, try to get down there, and then by the time I get down there, they're finishing up.
What time do you think you'd take to get down here?
Well, I live up in Woodstock, so
Well-
they start at 5.
So again, what
I
time
got
do
You
you
don't
work
have to
Monday.
be there at 5.
You don't
If
have to be at
drop in.
5,
You
though.
come in at 7. We're open until 8.
Yeah.
So come on down.
She'll
Come and
still give
see
you
us.
some wine.
Yeah, but that don't give me enough time to find the Boone's Farm.
we have all the ingredients for you to make your own Boone's Farm if you so like.
It's cheaper
And
to
we'll
buy
send you home with a redneck step.
Oh no.
But no, like you guys were saying, it's awesome that you try to keep things down in the area. And I used to live out in Covington, and I travel back and forth from up here to down there, go to Henry County, and so I try to spread my wealth back into the communities that I used to live in. much as the ones that I do live in.
See, I'm not trying to sound complaining. Maybe the word to use. I just can't stand going into ATL anymore. Like, I worked there for years. I drove a service truck. I had to work in all these great businesses. But it's like every time I go down there, I have to fight to park. I have to fight to do this. I'm aggravated. You know, I'm dealing with snobby people. And to me, if I can just go chill in my own neighborhood and be, 15, 30 minutes at least from home, I'm happier. It just makes my night 10 times better.
Exactly, and that's one of the things we do up here is we hit up one of the local places around Woodstock area. They have an outside patio, and it's easy for us to just work 10 minutes from home, if that.
That's right. Well,
and
that's good.
Go there and just chill out and enjoy the evening, and then you don't have to worry about driving 50 miles to get back home.
True that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man.
That's true.
Well, thanks for calling in.
No problem. Y'all have a good one.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So this is addressed to Doc.
Uh-oh.
She has got to stop talking about men-owned businesses.
Well, I mean,
Is she speechless?
I am partial to female-owned businesses and supporting them and empowering them because hashtag real women empower each other. Hashtag.
I know. All right, we're going to get out of here. Everybody's just for fun. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for why don't you just say these things? Why do you keep handing me the
That's what
read?
you need to play.
It's not your turn, Denise.
He played a Melissa Etheridge song last
Wow. How's it? Listen to you.
It's not your
Is
turn.
it my turn?
Man, listen to that.
It can be Karen's turn. I'll let my turn go.
I
for
like
Karen's
that.
Turn.
Thank you.
You're so sweet.
Not for Denise.
I'm trying really.
Wow.
I'm trying really hard to get Scotty to play a song that was redone.
Yes,
by
I'm
a
downloading it right
by
now.
a very special person to me, my son,
Oh,
Connor Pledger. He grew up here in Rockdale County, so he's a local Rockdale phenomenon. He lives in LA now. He works for Warner Chappell Records as a songwriter,
and he's on SoundCloud.
and he is on SoundCloud. And hopefully, pretty soon he'll be cutting a new album with somebody.
Oh, cool.
Because those are the songs that he's working on right now. So he's really happy right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
But you're gonna love this. He did a soulful version of Landslide.
Very soulful.
Yes.
Yes. So give us a few minutes. I'm going to have the one song come up and then I'm going to play that. I got to get it transferred from one computer to the other. But everybody, thanks for tuning in. Don't go anywhere because you definitely want to hear this song by her son. That's Landslide. We'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. So everybody, thanks for tuning in. And it's Monday and I'm feeling it.
And I'll see y'all
I
on
feel
Thursday.
stuttering over here.
I'll see y'all on Thursday. Y'all, I am off on Tuesdays and Wednesdays because I homeschool. I got a ton of messages last week. They were like, "We hope you're not leaving the show. We miss you." I'm not leaving. We homeschool. My wife does Monday and Friday. I have to do Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we switch hit for Thursdays. So yeah, every Monday.
Hitters.
Are you switch hitting for real? That's kind of weird.
You know, Scotty, only you.
What?
Only
you said it.
Yeah, only you. Go eat something chewy. Go put something chewy in your mouth.
The fact that you just said that was even more weird.
That is so funny.
So I'm off on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We'll be homeschooling.
What's your homeschooling plans this week?
This week we are Tuesday. We're going into Atlanta to the reading tutor because there's not a reading tutor in this area that does Orton Gillingham. So we do that on Tuesdays. And then actually this week we're studying, Benny and Niles are studying cells. And so they're going to be building a cell using food coloring and cake mix.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
She does some of the coolest science projects with him that I just wouldn't do because, I'll kill it, but I'm not going to build it.
Did you just really say you'll kill it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking.
She did.
I know. It just sounded really odd. Like, I'll kill it.
Kind of like that wall that you were.
Yeah, we'll talk. Y'all can talk about that tomorrow, and I'm not here.
All right, everybody. We're going to boogie out of here. We will holler at y'all on the flip side. Stay out of trouble. Make sure you go check out Gravity. All you people, I almost said all you guys, but I didn't want, Doc to correct me. All you people, all you folks, go by Gravity, check it out. Really and truly, you're just driving by it, just like I did. You were driving by it. You have no idea how cool it is to go in there and check everything out. Make sure you go in there and check out Gravity. It's located right there on Access Road, right down the road from Brewster's Cracker Barrel. You can't miss it. It's if anybody remembers where the tattoo studio was in the bottom part of it, you'll know exactly where. God, it's
1136 Dogwood Drive.
Dogwood
Put
Drive.
it in your GPS.
On the way to everything.
Yes, it's on your way to everything. You can't miss it. It's right down the road from Harley, so you will pass it. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all on the flip side. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Are we still live? On.
Oh, video, yes.
Okay.
Bye, you.
Bye.